Hey, everybody. It's Saturday night. Modern Comic Mayhem time. Tales from Flipside channel. We ain't getting fucking hacked today. I'm telling you that right now. So we got a bunch of good stuff for you. So we got Venom leak talk. We've got Hawkeye talk. We've got a lot of cool stuff. So hang out and let us cue the music, Brian.
Yo, yo, yo.
Hey.
What's going on, everybody? Ish in the house. Travis in the house. Of course, Kyle bringing us in. Shout out to all the live viewers right now. Thank you for hanging out with us. Got a fun show tonight. Super dope show tonight. Lots of topics. And, of course, everybody in the chat will drop some information throughout the chat. Keep the show going, of course. Ladies and gentlemen, take part in the drinking game.
Someone has to.
Someone has to. Kyle just gets too wasted sometimes.
I forgot that. Sometimes I forget about the drinking game. I'm gonna throw something out there that might be in the drinking game today. I have no idea what's on there. I'm gonna say this. Anybody want the peanut?
How did you know that?
Anybody want the peanut? That's twice. So if that's on there.
We're getting wasted tonight.
I'm gonna drink.
Dirty Flippers is definitely on there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. That being said, make sure you guys like and subscribe, hit that thumbs up, and we've got all kinds of fun going on tonight. As a matter of fact,
we got the man, the myth, and the legend hanging out right now.
What is this?
Who
George?
is this guy?
Who's this guy?
Holy shit!
Filled with resentment.
How you doing, George?
That's me.
Oh, I thought you were about to start a poem, George. I thought you were going to be like filled with resentment.
That's about as complicated as it gets. But
glass full of tears.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Nico Esquire has joined us. You could have waited a little bit to jump in here, man, for people to show up, right? I mean, Jesus.
I didn't even know you guys were live. I saw the link. I thought I was just going to get to talk to you guys backstage.
We are backstage.
Legitimately.
Right
now. Yeah. Go for it, bro.
I even looked at. Oh, good. So you're not live?
No, I feel like Nico. I think it's kind of like a Hulk situation where he's like, "I'm always angry. That's my secret." I feel like Modern Comic Mayhem is like, "I'm always backstage, and that's my secret."
Yes, we're always backstage here.
I'm always
That's
backstage.
Funny. I'm always angry. It's not a secret.
Oh, okay.
Well, you're really angry right now. Kyle kind of mentioned it in the lead into the show. Not getting hacked tonight. We're hoping we're not getting hacked tonight.
That motherfucker.
Nico, I've been having to calm him down all day, ladies and gentlemen. Tell him what you want to do.
Yeah,
there's this right now.
I wasn't on last week. Is there a summary of this, or is this something we're trying to let go of?
Well, here's what happened.
We can talk about it. I'm fucking irate.
Maybe a summary. Yeah.
All right.
Previously on Modern Comic Mayhem.
I'm actually going to sit down. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm in a hotel room in case you can't tell.
Yeah.
Even better.
So we've been having a little fun. It's been a little fun in games for a little bit here on Instagram and this and that. And we all know our friend that we talked about last week. And Hot 10 show last night, everything was going great. Little did I know that somebody had figured out how to get into our YouTube or our StreamYard or our Twitch and put up a video. And then he decided to go and do it on our buddy's Hive Comics website.
I saw that. That was fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I talked to Detective Marco by that. I mean, I listened to him ramble on like he's a fucking expert on everything, which he's not.
Marco
and
PI.
He did have a mild, God bless him, a mild bit of like, an insightful observation where he suggested, without knowing the word for it, that there was this thing called metadata. No shit. But didn't really appreciate that the fact that fucking the very kind and decent retailers over at Hive also were victimized by some degenerate piece of shit who has what I can only describe as an obsession with this channel and certain members of the community, demonstrates that it wasn't some random idiot on our channel who, has pretended to be our friend, but like some third-party lunatic. So I have suggested, because I'm a Law and Order guy, that we just, have him prosecuted for violating the United States Code. It's a federal crime to hack people's websites. I mean, like, it's not complicated. The guys who are a little more even-handed and perhaps level-headed than myself, a little less violent and angry than your friendly neighborhood trial lawyer, have suggested that perhaps maybe we explore other means. I have a forensic computer guy who we use as an expert witness. I can talk to that group on Monday, but I want answers and accountability.
Well, I think Nico is angry, and we all know when Nico gets angry, he gets after it.
I can't even talk about it without my heart just like, you can probably see the pulse on my neck. I'm so hot you could fry an egg on my head.
Well,
I mean, the funny part is this idiot, like, we'd play his stupid videos. It's not like there's some sort of ground break, like, whatever. We invite the discussion.
Yeah.
How did they handle this in the movie Single White Female when they had that stalker? I feel like we should do a single white female. There was a stiletto involved in that one, right?
Great point. Stalker. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Jonathan Hall, one of the Hive boys. We got your back, brother. I know you got ours. Yeah. So, Patrick.
Yeah,
okay. So everybody.
Did nothing.
Yeah. Except for hang out with dirty flippers, according to our buddy, which we are. I will admit, I am a flipper. I'm never dirty, but I am a flipper.
If you own comic books and you collect comic books, you've sold comic books,
and I'm proud of it. Damn right.
Goes. I sold comic books to buy so I could restore a Volkswagen. I mean, that's just what you do.
What's funny is this, right? Like, you've seen the community, the YouTube community, by way of Instagram, sort of like make an argument that I've made 1,000 times, which an argument that you just made, like, everybody's a flipper, like, no shit, right? We all get that intuitively, that it's kind of silly, but what no one will acknowledge is that there are a lot of people in the community who have a deep-seated resentment for people who don't plan on, like, dying with their comic books. Because, like, we've all been in those shops, right?
Yeah, they're museums.
And, like, this idiot, and they're like, they don't like you. Like, what are you gonna do with that? You gonna sell it on eBay? Like, it's fucking mine, dude. Like, I can do whatever. I can rip it apart, throw it up. But like, we all know those retailers and the like the cuck simp fucking what are the new kids, the young kids call it these days, customers in those shops that are like, yes sir, Mr. LCS owner, I would never sell, and then they go behind his back and fucking, like, steal out of the register if they could, but like, we hate those damn
Told you,
speculators.
Nico's mad.
Like, we know those guys too. I'm fucking heated about all of it. And
yeah, shout out to Darth Lopez, who says flipping comics got him the first Ahsoka. Hell yeah, brother.
Well, I'm guessing, I think I'm missing the subtext, but I'm guessing the subtext is that there were, like, accusations about of how
so there's this
people,
idiot, right?
The troll.
There's this idiot on Facebook, right? Or I'm sorry, on Instagram, right? And he has managed to cobble together like 1,000+ followers, gets major views. He's at JeffreyAlbertson.com, like, real fucking clever name.
Oh shit, I got to unfollow.
You can fucking follow him. Send him hate mail.
Hey, so I'll give it to him. Some of his shit's funny. At first, I thought it was hilarious, bro. That was my fault.
And that's how this all started, right? Was Brian, Aaron Yee got copied on a meme from one of his buddies that admittedly is fucking hilarious. I can't even like talk about it without laughing. The crop dusting meme. And this might be the only time I've ever been able to talk about it without giggling, right? And it's only because I'm fucking shaking mad. But Brian, because he also has a good sense of humor, shared this, with like the guys on the Monday show. And then it's just escalated over the course of like a couple of weeks. Like we start going through the fucking IG page, and he made some like weird comments. Okay, but they were a little fucking personal. I believe he suggested that I was like, tugging on somebody's pocket and fucking the pen, motherfucker. And it came at like people in a pretty crude way. And it was all about this idea that like, you flip comic books, and I'm fucking not that good at comic books or whatever. Who fucking knows? But it has just spiraled out of control.
Yeah.
I do like how people are saying what flipping comics has bought them. I do like that. I think keep more of that. Yeah, right. That's really interesting.
So like, to add to those stories is I bought that. Remember, Brian, I bought an X-Men 94 for like $30. And then I flipped it over and I traded it to get my first appearance of Thanos, which I ended up selling to you. But that's
4 parts for your Volkswagen.
Yeah, yes. I want to hear not like flipping for another comic. I want to hear the ones that you flip for something non-comic-y. Like a kidney or something,
Well, yeah. Okay, so Carter, who's on the Monday night show, bought a house.
Yep.
Straight up cash, bought a house. My
off of a whole entire collection, I'm guessing, right? Nico,
over years of
over years.
Yeah, I mean, he still has he just sold a bunch of books and paid for a fucking house. He still has comics and still doing it. Yeah, he didn't tap out. It's Carter.
Props,
aka Mercenary.
Well, your roommate, is the
roommate's
good
paying for a car. Yeah, he's paying for a fucking car. Just bought a wedding ring. Paid cash for it. Getting married. Will happily tell you that comic books have changed his life in a real meaningful way. That he had
instead of like
drug problem.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I was going to follow it up with
Fed time. Yeah, did Fed time. Got out. Got clean. Went to rehab, and basically focused and got real serious about comics. And that it's provided him an outlet that's gave him joy and self-esteem and disposable income. And, now he used it to like literally buy him a fucking new car, pay for a wedding ring. Guys get married. Trust me, outkicked his coverage. The fiance is hot.
How many carats is that ring? It's not carats, stories. It's comics.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but these aren't, I don't think they're like unique stories. I think that if we really dug in, there'd be thousands of them.
Everybody's got it.
Most importantly, here's the most important one. I'll give you, to me, the most important one is this community right here. Not just people who are watching this channel or this show or are fans of the channels in the show. I'm talking about, the whole speculation community, Renovision, Spine Ticks, CBSI, Team Nerd Herd podcast, East West comics.
Yeah, so what Brian is doing, I always joke with him, I don't know who any of these motherfuckers are, right? Like, he knows them all, but I've learned a lot of them thanks to this fucking dickhead, the Jeff Albertson fuck on IG, because he has single-handedly motherfucked the best and the brightest of the comic book YouTube. And, and he's got me, I'm like, well, who's this person? Yeah, so thanks again, you fuck.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Well, that being said,
you're in a hotel room. You said, did you pick up anything cool?
Yeah, we're at Cincinnati Comic Con. I haven't bought anything, but I did do well.
Did you? So
Yeah,
you've been selling.
I've
For
done-
those that don't
I've
know.
done well.
Yeah.
Look at this guy pulling out the stack.
Hey, you look
Well, I
like
don't know what
Marco
to
for
do
there
with
for a
it. That's
second.
the weirdest.
As long as you don't trickle it down.
the
Yeah,
weirdest-
Marco's good at trickling down.
That'd be weird. That'd be weird. That'd be weird. But it's weird. I don't know what to do with like when you like do that much cash at like a show. It's like, well, you have to like. I'm like, and then I gotta take books like, because you take your slabs with you. Like I'm not trying to leave. Like I'll leave things that aren't like a stack there. But like if it's like $1,000, I'm like trying to tug it back to the fucking hotel room. I mean, there's all kinds of like little weird things about going to a Comic Con.
John's box of comics. Why you got to do that to me, man? Why you got to just flash that in my face like that, man? So, anyways, how much inventory have you sold so far? Do you think, percentage-wise, that you took?
Oh yeah, not much at all.
Not much at all.
I mean, no.
I mean, what are
Being
people
modest
buying?
over here. This
What are
dude
people
being all
buying?
modest.
What are
What do you
people
mean?
buying?
Oh, geez, Louise. So,
What are people?
all right, there's a guy across from me, Brian Porter, okay? And he is a fucking stud. Homeboy's got a Suspense 3 on the wall. I was like, man, look at your Suspense 3. And it wasn't for sale, 7.0 restored.
Why bring it to a
Freaking
con?
love it.
You should have just pulled out that stack.
So that guys like me, it still wouldn't be enough. But I'd probably sell an internal organ to take a shot at that book. But
There's that kidney
anyway,
question
long and the
answer
short of
right
it is,
there.
Flip it.
There it is.
Suspense 3. I don't care where
I'm
the
gonna flip
incision
a
is.
kidney.
Leaving a bathtub.
Where the
Look.
incision?
Yeah. Like, but anyway,
Incision
As
book.
long as you don't wake up in a bathtub of ice.
so he and another gentleman, I think it's BT Comics. I don't know. Maybe there's 3 of them. They've got just exquisite books, right? Like, half a dozen of every major silver bronze HQ. You want an ASM 29? Here's 6 copies. Pick one. You want an ASM 50? Here's 5 copies. Pick one. They're right across from me. I'm like, can I put them down the hall?
Hey, with
but
that
they're
stack of cash,
super
you can buy that
nice.
facsimile book on eBay.
yeah.
The Ultimate Fallout 4.
Yeah, so, oh, Lord have mercy. I'm selling books under $500. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's it. I haven't sold any like big books off the wall. A lot of lookers, a lot of gawkers. I love people at cons that are like, I've got those. I'm like, cool, bring them. I'll buy them. Then they disappear.
Have you haven't had
I mean?
anybody anybody that said I got a collection for you to check out yet?
So John's looking at a collection, not this weekend, but next Sunday. We're pretty excited. Looks like there's a 180 and a 181 in it, and
Nice.
that's
what one of the main reasons.
ASMs.
It's one of the main reasons it's nice to set up at cons every once in a while, right?
Yeah, no, he didn't find it that way. He had somebody who he knew reach out to him after seeing him post on Facebook about buying and selling comics and being at conventions, and was like, hey, I've got some serious books. Would you be a potential buyer? So we're going to go take a look at it. I think there's a lot of people who are apprehensive about like people knowing that they collect comics, not wanting to like commingle their private and personal lives, and I'm one of them. All right, like I generally go by a pseudonym. You guys are seeing me on my phone, so you get to see my government name here, but the truth is I create that separation.
Yeah. Well, I
today,
mean,
not so much.
Look we're dealing with it right now. There's a reason why people do that. Because of silly trolls.
But
out
I'd like
there.
I'd like to remind that person like who the fuck I am.
Yeah, I know. That's why you wanted to come on here, and I tried to talk you out of it for a while, but you're mad. I get it.
Yeah,
I get it.
I'm fucking irate.
You know what, motherfucker?
Yeah. So anyway, with that note, I will go back to being a humble viewer. And I'll put away my angry message. I really enjoy the Saturday night show. I'm sorry that I haven't gotten to meet the two new faces who like I watch you guys every weekend, so I feel like I know you, even though you have no idea who I am. But super happy to see
Everybody
you both
knows
here.
Nico.
And I don't think that that's accurate. But Kyle, great to see you as always. And Ryan, thanks for sending me the link. Later, gentlemen.
Later, brother.
Later, Nico. Have a good night.
All right. Well, that being said, gets the drama out of the way in the beginning. I know he wanted to put out a message out there, and moving forward, I guess I don't know how we're going to handle this. My suggestion is that we kind of, band together and just talk about the good stuff and how important our community is to us, and the type of stuff that we enjoy, we're going to continue to enjoy, and ultimately, honesty in comics and integrity and all that type of shit is what we espouse, and we're going to continue with it, even to the trolls out there. So, all right.
Well, before we get that, so Ish, you got any good comic store talk? What was the
comic store talk?
I think Red Room was the big hot topic of your shop, wasn't it?
Actually, yeah. On Wednesday when we open at 11 on Wednesdays, and the big buzz, and we had people, a little crowd come in, and they were all about Red Room number 4. We also had the second print of issue number 1, had a sketch cover that sold immediately. The guy didn't even blink twice at the markup. And then the incentive kayfabe cover. We actually had people calling for several hours to see if we had that kayfabe cover. So I was kind of surprised that by issue number 4, the book was still getting a lot of buzz. It's an amazing book. Ed Piskor is like the best illustrator in the business, and it's also very, very hardcore book.
Well, speaking of Ed and Red Room, there was a little bit of an announcement. I know people love his style, including me. I'm one of them. I always loved Hip Hop Family Tree, the stuff he put out. But he's got an add-on here to the Red Room stuff. It's called Trigger Warnings, Red Room Trigger Warnings. It'll be from Fantagraphics again in December. So that's pretty interesting. He also has, if you guys are fans or becoming fans of Ed, check out his YouTube channel, Cartoonist Kayfabe. It's absolutely excellent. Good stuff.
Your mom does love Red Room.
Yeah. The best-selling, most talked about series of 2020 kicks off its second 4-issue season with another self-contained mini masterpiece of monthly comic storytelling. So that it says in this issue, the Decimator presents the Rat Queens, and unfortunately for them, they are the front and center of the most horrific Red Room broadcast seen yet. As seen on the YouTube channel sensation Cartoonist Kayfabe, and from the creator of X-Men Grand Design, which is excellent, by the way, and Hip Hop Family Tree in shops December 29th. So make sure you guys keep a lookout for that.
Mr. Shark said he passed up a...
Get those pre-orders in so shops can get the incentive covers too.
Yeah.
So everyone always wants the incentive cover after all the orders placed, and it's like if you had ordered before and get a cover A, we would get those incentive covers.
Well, as you guys,
the Spawn homage one was huge.
Yeah.
I need that.
Yep, it's really. I like it. I talked about it on the Hot 10. I got a little shade from our co-host on there because they're tired of the Spawn homages, but I love Spawn #1 homages. It's one of my books that I collect. So I haven't ordered one. I don't have a copy of Red Room #4. By the way, that reminds me. Another book on the list is this Iron Man #12, and some douchebag on YouTube made a comment that, I like how Brian says that he was the first person to talk about this book, but doesn't even buy a copy. That makes a lot of sense. Listen, douchebag. I always make fun of people that say, I'm the first person to say about it. So like, I don't care about that. And come on, man. It's all love.
Brian, I would like to say that I'm the first person to say that I'm the first person that I haven't bought something. How about that?
We'll call you the writer. or excuse me, we'll call those people the writers, because those are the first person to think of something. But that being said, there was the Iron Man.
One more
12.
thing about Red Room. Red Room is now the number one selling fanographic book of all time.
Wow.
And I mean, Fantagraph's been around for a long time, and this is big for them. Huge sales. Like they're selling. They sold more than like Fantastic Four for the number one.
Yeah, there's a lot of this is the second Jim Rugg homage, right? There was a badass Jim Rugg one where he did an homage to Love and Rockets. Was it Love and Rockets that he did an homage to? Ish.
I'm not sure. That would be cool.
Yeah.
That would be really cool stuff.
Rob Liefeld made a post about them. He said that Piskor, Rugg, and Tom Scioli are the new Jim Lee, McFarland, and I think he said Rob
Liefeld
as the third. Yeah.
That's cool, man. Wow.
So
where did you say that?
Liefeld.
On Twitter or IG or something?
One of those, yeah.
Dude,
I saw someone reposted it on Facebook.
That Red Room one
on his Facebook.
Freaking cool. I'm bidding on one right now, so nobody bid on the one that's going for $15 right now. Because I want to get it for cheap. So just bid on the other ones, please. Please.
That's funny, man.
Did you see that Liefeld and that he commented on the Deadpool from
Spider-Man cosplay? Or the Deadpool cosplay, yeah.
And he said, look at those little feet.
Yeah. Yeah. That was awesome. Well, we've known that. We know that he makes fun of all that stuff, right?
I just loved it. I thought it was great seeing that on Instagram. And people just going ballistic down, you know. You saw the supporters and the people that like to poke fun at it.
Yeah. Laughing at it.
Yeah, it was awesome. I loved it. It was.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it, but I can't.
Which one?
That one you're talking about.
The Rob Liefeld post?
Yeah, I'm on Twitter.
Go to Instagram,
Travis.
And go to. It was on his Instagram. Go to Instagram and Rob Liefeld.
Local comic shop lately?
Not yet.
No,
I'm going to.
I've been waiting for that report.
I know, and I was gonna drive by it the other day. I don't know if it's open still. I got to go and check it out. I got to check the heartbeat of things. Oh, is this the post you were talking about?
Yeah, Rob Liefeld says those feet are sure tiny. # Party City. Oh man, that's good. That's good. That is really funny. Yeah.
Timothy.
By the way,
I just said nobody bid on it.
this is kind of crazy. He was talking about this at the shop while he was at your shop, Ish, where how a lot of anniversaries are coming up here in the next couple months, and so pretty cool. All right.
Speaking of anniversaries, isn't there like an anniversary coming up for your favorite movie of all time, Brian?
What, Star Wars?
No, Rad.
Oh yes, you're right. Yeah, you can't hand that to me on a platter. Yeah. Mm-hmm. By the way, shout out to everybody that's hanging out with us. I don't know if you guys know this, but I saw this and this was kind of cool. We all grew up. A lot of us grew up and loved Rad, the 1986 BMX racing film.
Was it 86? Was it that early?
Yeah, remember Lori Loughlin from Full House was the love interest in it, right?
It feels like it was like later 80s or early 90s, but it was 86. Wow.
Yeah.
I did not know this movie.
You don't? I can't believe you didn't know Rad. Yeah,
it was like Rad, and it was Gleaming the Cube.
Gleaming the
Cube. There was like Quicksilver. I remember that one.
Yeah, man. So, in celebration of its 35th anniversary, the 1986 BMX racing film Rad returns to theater for one night only. So, in theaters October 14th, they're going to be doing a showing across the, I guess, all theaters that do these Fathom events. I'd never heard of this, but this Fathom Events company, but I guess they do these kind of cool things.
There's another one they did last week was like the 30th anniversary of Silence of the Lambs. So they played it again in theaters. And,
wow.
Do you remember when you were a kid, like how much you wanted a BMX bike? There's always a kid who was the first person to get it, and they're like, "Look how light it is! I can just chuck it over the fence. I can bring it on this." And it just seemed like the most opulent purchase that you could ever have as a kid. Like, there's no way I'm ever gonna get like a true BMX bike, and your parents get you like a Huffy knockoff, and you're right? Like 800 pounds, and the only thing that's the same is it has some spikes on the wheel, and you're expected to ride that thing around.
I remember there was a mongoose that everybody wanted. What was it? Was it somebody in chat will name them? I guarantee. Yeah, mongoose bike with mag wheels. Yep, I remember the mongoose, man. Everybody was talking about mongoose. So,
dude, when I was younger, like I remember, I saved up, and me and all my buddies, Chuck, we all had mongooses.
Yep.
And I went and I bought, and this is when you couldn't buy mongoose at like Walmart. You had to go to a bike shop to buy mongoose. And I went and I bought it. It was called a Super Goose.
Hold on, sorry.
And it was a freestyle mongoose. And it was expensive, and I was so proud of it, man. And like so I rode my bike to the mall after I got it. You know what I mean? And I was like fucking Pee-wee Herman with the chain. And I wrapped it around my bike and in my buddy Chuck's bike. He also had a mongoose. We wrapped it around, chain. We came back and it was just like Pee-wee's Herman. We came out and there was 2 pieces of link sitting on the ground. I had that bike for like 4 days, 3 days maybe.
I bought a spruce goose. And I was the first kid to ever go cross-continental on that bad boy.
But I guess I looked at it as payback for all the bikes that I stole as a kid growing up. I'll never forget, me and Chuck rode up. We had his mom's Maxima. And this kid set his bike. I think it was a Diamondback. He set it next to it. At the McDonald's, he walked in. We literally pulled up, popped the trunk, lifted it. I lifted it up and I threw it in the trunk and we drove away.
Yeah, you were one of those assholes.
Yeah,
I
stole
was.
somebody's bike, you fucking piece of shit.
So I guess I save up for this mongoose and I buy it and it gets stolen like 2 or 3 days. I guess it was my true karma.
Yeah.
That's quite the confessional there, Kyle.
Yeah, you better hope
I used to do something cool.
That is
though.
a dirty deed, man. Come on.
Yeah, fucking man.
At least acknowledge that. Acknowledge it was a dirty deed.
I used to also do something too. Is I would be riding a bike
and just drop them off and give it to a kid.
I would do what I would do is if I found a better bike that I could steal, I would leave that bike in its place.
You fucking dick.
Oh man, Kyle, you're not a dirty flipper. You're a damn dirty peddler. That's what you are. Yeah.
And then somebody stole my bike. I was so pissed. But I remember I lived by the mall, and there was like this homeless dude that would steal bikes. And if you climbed underneath the canal bridge,
it was your rival. It was you and the homeless dude.
It
was. Oh my god! Look at this.
The bike theft rings.
That's what Anthony Kiedis was singing about when he wrote the song "Under the Bridge." It's about the homeless guy who sells bikes to kids.
Yeah. Man, this is a 1988 catalog. Look at this. Oh my god, man, this is crazy. I don't want to look at those. I don't care about those.
It's actually some pretty good like background photo work for 1980.
Right?
Yeah.
You remember Diamondbacks? Remember all the cool kids had Diamondbacks? Oh man.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that. That little mongoose mini right there is pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember for a while I had this it was like a 1978 like Haro. Remember Haro bikes? Oh man, it was bad. And somebody stole it too.
You know,
you deserve that.
the bike industry kind of, in some ways, mirrors the comic book industry, where it's less about their old target audience, which was young people, and more about like the nostalgia. And so now it's about like beach cruisers and like hipster bikes and old BMXs. And those are the people
100%.
spending money on it, as opposed to the original targeted audience, which was like 13, 14-year-olds.
The Super Goose.
Dude, I had one for like 3 days, dude. It was badass.
There it is. The Super Goose.
Dude.
Isn't that when you take your
freestyle
fingers
bike.
and you poke them up someone's shorts? The Super Goose. Ever do that? I'm gonna get you.
Listen, Joe's Doolin says all the cool kids had red lines. No, sorry. Hi Nathan says all the cool kids had red lines, light as a feather. Yeah, I remember red lines.
Yes, I remember them too.
And then Joe's Doolin says always loved making fun of the one kid with a 10-speed until we had to pedal up big hill. Yeah.
Everyone's like, "Yeah."
I remember, you know what one of the worst things growing up as a kid for me was when we all like got into bikes. And then like there was a phase there when these things came out called Spokadokes. You remember the
Yes,
Spokadokes?
Yep. They're like purple and orange. And
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
and
the
like,
ones you put on them. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep,
your
and
spokes, yeah.
Little plastic.
Yeah,
Yep.
and like every kid wanted them, and then like I remember I found some and I put on my bike. I should go up to my friends, and my friends are like, "Dude, that's gay," and I'm like, "What does that mean?" You know what I mean? I'm like, what does that mean?" Ruined me for life. I Spokadokes no more, man.
My old man's in his late 70s, so he grew up in like the 50s bike era. And I remember one time he came out and tried to put playing cards in my thing,
yeah.
so it has the sound of it. And I was like, "Get your geriatric shit out of here, old man!" Give me a Spokadoke.
My dad tried to do that with one of my sports cards, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
Oh yeah, that's a Cal Ripken Jr. rookie card,
Yeah.
Dad.
Yeah. It's like, this is what I used to do with my Mickey Mantle rookie card. Yeah, you're an asshole for it too. Oh my god. JJ says what did he say? He eventually got his Huffy Sonic 6. Fucking Huffies, man. Huffies ruined it. Anyways, that's where
the other thing about bikes too is now it's all like I've gotten bikes as an adult and they just go to pot because I don't do the maintenance on them. Because as a kid, do you ever remember really doing maintenance on your bike? You would just ride those things to the ground.
No way, man. I would oil it. I would oil the chain.
We're talking about your bike, not your dick, Kyle. We're talking about bikes here.
Yeah. He calls it his bike.
It's his mongoose.
It's my mongoose. It's my baby mongoose.
Mongoose forks were junk. Had to replace my entire third time.
I think you got a shit one.
15 stitches across my chin because of my BMX bike. You know what got 15 stitches across my chin? One of those GoPeds that came out back in the day where you could soup them up with like different lawnmower motors and you put them on little scooters. Those were fun. Anyways.
Dude, one more story and then we'll switch off.
Mm-hmm.
I remember we used to go and we would buy I don't even know if it was called like Ice House beer. And I remember we went to the park and we all had our own 6-pack. And so we slammed them down and we're like, all right, let's go to the paraphernalia store and get a new pipe, you know? And we're like, so we're riding and I had a different freestyle bike because I always like freestyle bikes for some reason. I remember I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bunny hop off this curb. And I was drunk. And I'm going to flip the handlebars and spin them as I'm bunny hopping off into the street. I'm going to catch it, and then I'm just going to keep riding with my buddies at full speed. So I'm riding, and I go, and I've never did anything like that. I've never could do tricks. I don't know why I thought I could do it. So I go up, I bunny hop up, and I flip the handlebars. I miss, and it lands, and I flip. And I go, and my ankle catches in the bike, and then I drag down the fucking road, man. From here down, dude, I was covered in blood, and all my buddies were like chucking them. Were like, "You all right, man?" I'm like, "Yeah." They're like, "Cool, we're gonna go get that pipe. See you later." And fucking, I had to hobble back, dude, like 2.5 miles, man. Fucking just gushing blood, dude. My mom was picking rocks out of my head.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. And I can still pop my ankle out of place.
I remember taking cans and you could
Yes. If you
hit-
ran
you
them
could hit-
over right.
yeah, they
right?
would catch and make that sound on your back tire or front tire. Yeah, dude.
I gotta tell you something, Brian. You were able to get quite a bit of content out of this rad.
You love it, right?
Well done, sir.
Yeah. 39
It's just
minutes in.
It's just so involved. He's eating dinner.
Yeah. 92 live listeners. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Make
As
sure
we
to hit
talk
that
about
subscribe
BMX
button.
bikes.
Yeah. We were talking about, if you're just joining us, Rad, the movie's 35th anniversary. They're gonna re-release it in theaters, which is very interesting. But that being said, one of the main let's get into the main topic, okay? Right,
Sure.
because the crazy thing that happened right before the show that a lot of people were talking to me about and sending me messages about was the Venom 2 leaks. Right, so yeah, we're getting them in a couple of days. I guess they had a London showing, and unfortunately, the post-credit scene has been leaked. And you guys know how we do on this show. There's no such things as spoilers. So if you don't want to hear it, but
stay here anyway.
Post-credit scene, here we go, for Spider-Man is basically
for Venom.
Yeah, for Venom. Yeah, for Venom 2 and this is a big deal if it's true. If it's true, again, these are just rumors. We don't know for certain, but it sounds pretty certain. One of the post-credit scenes, or the post-credit scene, is shows Venom watching the thing that
Tales
happened.
from the Flipside channel.
Yeah. Through Tales from the Flipside channel, like as we're talking about the leak. It's really meta, dude. It's crazy. So Venom is watching Mysterio, Jake Gyllenhaal, out Tom Holland as Spider-Man. Spider-Man is Peter Parker. So what does that mean? That means that it's all in the MCU. Venom is part of the MCU. So
I think that's cool that if that's true, I think that's cool that they're doing it like that.
Yeah. Really cool stuff.
It's kind of shitty though, so he's just chilling and watching.
Yeah, it says here the special screening September 14th in London, 2 weeks before the US premiere, ensured the film's biggest secrets were released into the wild. Audience members were urged to abstain from revealing spoilers, but not everyone listened, obviously. And come on now. So a lot of crazy stuff. So you guys, I won't tell you anything about the movie, like what happened in the movie, but that post-credit scene is very important for comic fans, obviously, especially speculators out there, and that's a big deal. That's a huge deal. We've all been waiting for Venom to join the MCU. And one of the, I don't want to feed into this because I can't stand it, but one of the books on the Hot 10 this week was this Venom #3, first appearance of Null, right? Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, I don't understand why, but it's gaining a little bit ground again, and maybe this could be the reason. You know what I mean? People knew that they're bringing Venom over into the MCU, and that gives once you got these symbiotes in the MCU, you're also getting Gore the God Butcher in the Thor film, right? That means that you have Gore the God Butcher, Venom, Null, right? If you're gonna have Gore the God Butcher and the sword, and the symbiotes coming over,
that's my favorite of those three.
Oh.
Do you really want to see Noel? Because Noel was kind of a letdown.
No.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say something right now. This is a bad place to say it. Venom, not a big Venom fan as a character, even from a kid. Great aesthetic look, but it came out, it was like that Spawn thing. So I get it. And it's tough saying that because because Venom fans are like Yankee fans. It's just like it's live or die. So I get that. I understand. And so the first Venom movie, I was like, I checked it out. It's fine. But here's why I want this to happen, because I love Tom Hardy. And I think Tom Hardy in a scene in any more like regular Marvel Universe scene is going to add an intensity to that scene that even if it's only a 4-minute scene, it's going to change the whole shape and viewing of that film. It's going to ground that so much because he's not going to come in there and just kind of play the stereotype. It's going to be this really intense thing.
Yeah. Shout out Gonzo and everybody else in the chat. Yeah. It kind of does mean that Venom takes place pre-snap, which is very interesting. I just love how Marvel's pulling this off. I mean, I can't believe that they're able to do it. Like, Kevin Feige is a beast.
I would like it. Would be. Go ahead.
Well, Kyle, you mentioned Null, and you're like, Null ended up sucking. It doesn't mean it would suck in a movie if they tried Null. They could actually improve upon it.
Well, the continuity they're creating here, I mean, from like a writing standpoint,
dismiss it.
Yeah. For a storyteller standpoint, people, you have to give it up to Feige for orchestrating this. But at some point, the continuity begins to write the story beats, where it's like, how do we get Venom in here? And then that's like, oh, now we know how this scene's going to play out here. So they've kind of built this snowball effect that seems to be, they've laid the groundwork in that first phase. And now I think a lot of the story starts to write itself, because it's about how. And writing storytellers are all about not what do I tell, but how do I tell it? And so if I have to add this element in here, then what creative device do I have to use to do that? And I can use that creative device as the through point for this story. So I think now we're at the point now where actually tying these stories together is the fuel, the tank, the momentum behind the stories that we're hearing.
Yeah. I love it. I think that it felt like when Marvel started embracing that kind of philosophy, everything started just working out really well. And DC seems to not embrace that philosophy, right? They seem, when they do their movie stuff, they try to do that, but they fuck it up. They've got to fuck it up somehow. It's like, you have the stories, why keep fucking them up? Like, the way that they fuck them up is so bad. They don't follow the stories enough. And I'm really excited. You talked about Tom Hardy. Tom Hardy is one of my favorite all-time actors, and I didn't want to see him take an L with Venom. I wanted to see Venom actually be a cool character in the MCU, and hopefully we'll get that.
Are there any instances that you can think of where a character was introduced in their own world, but really didn't take a shine to things until they were in an ensemble cast? Can you think of a character who's gone through that arc where it's like, okay, maybe they didn't hit super big with their own, but once we brought them in, I guess the Hulk.
Yeah, I was just going to say the Incredible Hulk. I mean, this series got canceled after 6 issues. It was kind of a bomb at the time, and he had to work his way through the Marvel roster before he got his own comic book again.
It would be cool if they could pull a Hulk off of Venom. Not that Venom movie wasn't successful. Not that Venom doesn't have fans.
The first Venom movie was very successful.
Yeah, so we'll see.
Well, I just thought it was interesting that the MCU bringing him into the MCU is now a possibility. I hope it is. I hope that this isn't just a silly rumor that has caught on. Could be. It really could be. All right. So next on the list. So the interesting thing today is Batman Day. Did you do anything special for Batman Day, Ish?
Oh, first of all, everyone, happy Batman Day, Brian.
Yeah, happy Batman Day, Travis. Yeah. Happy Batman Day, everybody in the chat. Yeah. 103 live joining us for Batman Day.
We had the we had the they came in bundles of 25. I think there was 3 different titles. We had those available. But I'll be honest with you, Batman Day has never been a big day for us because it's kind of it's a holiday manufactured by Diamond. It's just, and Free Comic Book Day is the one that people zero in on. Batman Day, I don't know why, not so much. Maybe some other shops where there's like cosplay and stuff going on. It's a much bigger deal, which I imagine
every day is Batman Day.
What would it be?
Well, every day is Batman Day, so it's like when it is Batman Day, we're like, what?
We say a Merry Christmas. We say a Happy New Year. What do we put in front of Batman Day? I think it can't be Happy Batman Day. It can't be Merry Batman Day. But what? What do we put in front of Batman Day to acknowledge it to our Batman fans?
I think we just go. You just look at another person. You go, Batman Day.
Or you just go
And
on
a benevolent Batman Day to you too, sir.
Benevolent.
Well, here's some of the things that I thought were interesting. This Batman, the audio adventures. I don't know if anybody has checked it out yet.
Ooh, that sounds interesting.
Yeah, a tale of life and death in Gotham City after years of vigilante crime-fighting. Batman prepares to become an official Gotham employee, deepening the rift between himself and Catwoman, who's been using Gotham criminals as her personal ATM. Meanwhile, Two-Face is deteriorating, his two halves at war with his obsession with duality out of control. Love that. Love that.
Duality man, Full Metal Jacket.
Which his rival, the Penguin, is more than happy to take advantage of. The Riddler, after years in the shadow of Batman's A-list foes, is desperate to have his work taken seriously, and the Joker has big, big plans for Valentine's Day. This kind of takes me back to another thing that I saw not too long ago, and it was there was like a Batman book or something, like 1939 or something like that. It's on. There was a book, where they basically Batman in the 1800s or something like that. Chat, let me know if you guys
talking
know
about Gotham by Gaslight.
No.
Shout out to Corbin.
Yeah,
Timothy's comment in the chat. It was manufactured by Joe Chill, not Diamond.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen the Batman Wayne Family Adventures? Have you guys heard of that?
No. Talk about that.
Bring it up. My son sent me. He just sent me a screenshot, but it's. I was just seeing if anybody. It's a webtoon.
Well, first of all, benevolent Batman Day to all your sons and daughters.
Oh, here it is.
It's called,
I concur, good sir.
All right, so this is what it's called. I'm not gonna. It's called Gotham 1919 to 1939, and it was like a book that they put out where it was like it took place in Batman and stuff took place in the 30s or something.
Prohibition era.
Yeah, Prohibition era.
Yeah, see, I'm Batman. See.
Yeah, and all the stories kind of take place then, and like this is the YouTube channel where I saw it. Go check it out. It's called the Bat Feed, and he does all these things, and it's basically like, what if the characters were in the 30s, right? Like, what if what would the characters look like? This was the Penguin, and then of course, they did like. Let me see here. Why isn't it showing? They did. They showed just kind of each character what they would look like in the 30s, and it's super super interesting.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
I like that a lot. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, and it's like a radio drama. He does it like a radio drama, and he reads the book, and it's just really good. And he shows pictures of it, and the book is just really cool. It was put out by Giant Panda King. The History of Gotham City. It's called Batman Gotham 1919 to 1939. The History of Gotham City, and.
Wow.
I don't know.
If we could get someone to do a great Orson Welles impression, we'd have a real hit on our hands.
Yeah, right.
Right.
All right. What was it called, Kyle?
It was called Wayne Family Adventures.
Wayne Family Adventures.
Travis, you gonna try an Orson Welles for us at least?
I was trying to think about like Hidden Valley Ranch. The tastiest of all ranches. Can't do Orson Welles. Somebody get me a drink.
Batman
Orson thirsty.
The Wayne Family Adventures. Batman needs a break, but with new vigilante Duke Thomas moving into Wayne Manor and the endless supply of adopted, fostered, and biological superhero children to manage, Bruce Wayne is going to have his hand full. Being a father can't be harder than being Batman, right?
I'm not mad at that art style there for that top art.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Cartoony.
Webtoon. So you guys can find that at Webtoon.
It was just something that that's interesting. I mean, it's only 4 episodes in.
Yeah.
Every Thursday.
So also speaking of Batman, we talked, I think last week or the week before, I think we talked, Kyle, about Joshua Williamson is now the new Batman writer. taking over for James Tynion IV.
Mhm.
And him and was it Jorge Molina? Yeah, Jorge Molina is doing the art, and they have a new character that they're debuting. It's a villain, and this is the villain called Abyss, and it's super dope looking character.
Oh, yeah.
Look how cool that. I mean, that's badass.
It's like Spider-Gwen on Laundry Day.
Yeah, it's like a mix between Spider-Gwen and Batman Who Laughs, kind of. Yeah, Phantasm. Yeah,
I like that he carries a sickle.
Yeah.
Like that's a.
And he's got like skeleton. I think it's
for
a she. I think it's female. I think it's a she, but she's got the skeleton ribs on her suit. It's just a cool design by George Molina or Jorge Molina, whatever you guys say.
I like someone who incorporates a good scythe into things. A sickle, scythe,
Scythe.
It's not a sickle.
I think it's the same thing. A scythe and a sickle, aren't they the same thing?
A scythe.
You say scythe,
sickle.
I say sickle.
Yeah.
Abyss looks like a Fortnite character. Yeah, I think it looks a little bit Fortnite-ish. Maybe there's a reason for that. Probably going to see her show up in Fortnite. But yeah, so Batman 119, the character's featured on the cover, so be on the lookout for that.
I hope when they do the B cover for it, it's actually like maybe like Matina or somebody that's like who draws a little bit like grittier. I mean, do we have like a preview of what it looks like already? That's
the cover. There is a variant cover by Matina for
nailed it.
For 118. There's a 1 in 25 by Bogdanovich and a 1 in 50 by Jock. So
I got to get the Jock cover.
Yeah.
Put that on my list.
But
you want 50 cover A's?
I might have to do something.
Yeah.
But
I don't know.
I was going to say another Batman news. Batman 89 #2 came out, and that was a big one for us. I don't know if you guys have checked that out yet.
Yeah, the Michael Keaton storyline.
Yeah, so basically continues. It's in between the original Batman movie and Batman Returns, and it's obviously the story of Harvey Dent, the Lando Calrissian version. Just a recommend for people just looking for a fun read, and if you enjoyed those Tim Burton movies, this is actually written by the original screenwriter of the first two movies, so it's his vision of how the movies should have continued. So there's a bit of authenticity to it too, and it's fun stuff. I recommend it.
Yeah,
sweet.
I love that they're just telling that story. Again, people loved that's character, the Michael Keaton Batman. That movie made a lot of us into comic fans.
Absolutely, that movie was a seminal moment for me when it came out that summer. I was 14.
How's Batman 89 merchandise? Does that sell well on? Do people still trade in that? Is that still a cachet?
I bet you a lot of people pay good money for it if it's like original 89. You know what I mean?
God, I remember the bubble.
That
gum
logo
cards.
too is still
the
logo is still pretty widely used on T-shirts and stuff, like that particular style, the big yellow raisin one.
I'm jocking on Jock's Jock.
All right, let's see here. I'm looking up oh wow, look at this! Holy cow, this Joker shirt sells for almost $1,000.
And it should. That's a dope shirt. Look at that thing.
That is
from 1989. Wow, that is freaking cool.
That'd even be a cool just having a print. Just that image.
This is gonna take us back. Holy cow! You ready? This one's 800.
Yep, that one looks very familiar.
Yes, it does.
Yep.
I remember I had a Joker.
Shit,
one
I think
really
I might
cool.
have that one.
Here's a vintage
somewhere.
Grateful Dead one. Ben C, here you go. Go get your vintage Grateful Dead 89 tour Batman.
Fucking $520.
I love that song. Driving that train higher than Bane. That's a great song.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be funny. Somebody did that in his voice.
Ish. I'm not.
I need it.
All right.
I hate to like Casey Jones.
Here's this one. This one's selling for a bunch. 500. I remember that one.
You know what I did with all my shirts from the 90s and 80s?
Look at this.
Cut them up
wore
and
'em
made
until they
halter
did-
tops.
Yes. I cut the sleeves out of them and the fucking
That one's
and the
sick.
collars.
I remember I had this one, but it was all black instead of pink.
Nah, you had the pink one.
No,
Pink was pretty rad.
pink wasn't cool back in the day.
Mm-mm.
There it is, right there.
Unless Joker was on it. Come on.
There
You
it
can
is,
get away
right
with
there.
pink if Joker's on it.
Yeah, dude, I used to rock that all the time. I remember that as a
The
kid.
the Joker Tux one is a real low key Halloween costume kind of fun.
Right?
Yeah.
200. I mean, some of these are just crazy for the money they're selling for. Look at just the black one with the Batman signal on it, signal Batman logo
Symbol.
chest piece symbol. $260, $300 just for the Michael Keaton one.
Yeah, I'm
Which
like,
is
I got
crazy,
some,
'cause you
I
can
got
buy
some
new
beans
prints
I
of
want to
that
sell
all
you.
day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Well, it's kind of
Yeah,
like
but doesn't
a
have that
Rolling
90s
Stone
smell
shirt,
to it.
you know? Yeah, yeah. Does it smell like Big League bubblegum?
Yeah.
And bike chain oil.
This is
I mean, if
crazy,
you're gonna put
man.
down that kind of money for these old shirts, it better be an image that's not reprinted anymore. That you can't just go into Target and find that typical Batman logo on millions of shirts.
Also, think about your 1989 Batman fan. Would you really want to be wearing a shirt that one of those guys wore?
Well, these are. Let's look at actual sold prices and let's see if any of these actual
Before
sell
they
for
discovered
Blood on them,
deodorant.
getting beat up.
All right, here's actual sold prices. I mean, they're not as high as some of those other ones. This one went for 125.
I
Killing
like that.
Joke.
I like that sweatshirt, that vintage pullover one. That's pretty.
Yeah,
dope.
this one. Yeah, this one-
142. That's crazy.
142. $99 for that one. Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Well, I mean,
That is
Batman Day
crazy.
only comes once a year, so I mean,
Yeah.
if you're gonna splurge, today's the day.
Today is the day.
So there's your 89 nostalgia, your Batman nostalgia.
Are t-shirts like that? Is that
That was
comparable
fun.
to comic
That was
books
a good
where
call.
like a t-shirt worn in 1984
Near
should have
mint.
more value than the exact same one printed today at Target?
The facsimile.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
last time
As long as we can tell the difference.
last time we were on, we were talking about the smell of old comics.
I don't want
I
to.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
the
wanna get
smell
into
of
that,
shirts
Travis.
That's a whole different ball game. I think
Yeah.
I'd rather go for the brand new, the brand new manufactured one. I don't know about
The
buying
Walmart
some-
one.
Well, it's so
someone's
crazy.
pit-stained, Wonder Woman shirt.
We live in a world now where they have all these, kind of bootleg T-shirt sites where they don't, check the copyrights on things. So people have these really crazy prints that you can get on shirts that are so dope for $12. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. I feel like every time I go into Walmart, I see a shirt where I was like, I remember that as a kid. They're reprinting
Yeah.
that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what the
I'm gonna
hell?
tell Timothy, no, sir, that's an incorrect statement. Not what my
All right.
tell
so
your
we
mom
talked-
not to stop throwing cans.
we talked a little bit about James Tynion, who of course left Batman to go do Substack stuff. And for all you Department of Truth fans, I hope you enjoy Substack because his next thing he's doing at Substack is Department of Truth based. So we were
I think
asking.
it's genius. It's smart
Yeah.
on his
But
part.
he's still continuing the main line, correct?
Yes. This is like a little extra
So
that
it's
he's
like a
going to have.
spin-off?
Yeah, it's a spinoff. It's a cryptozoology art book spinning out of the pages of his Image comic series, The Department of Truth. So basically what he says, he goes, for those who are not familiar, The Department of Truth is a series co-created by myself and Martin Simmons that takes place in a world where more people believe in something more true that something becomes. The series follows a bunch of people down rabbit holes, and they're looking for these monsters and stuff, right? And they prevent conspiracy theories from becoming reality by doing this. The less people know about something, the less it is in reality. And So basically what he's doing is for this new thing, it is called Department of Truth Wild Fictions. It will feature case files from the Department of Truth field office about the history of each of the wild fictions, which are like the monsters or the aliens or the Bigfoot that are in Department of Truth. They're called wild fictions. And in that world. And he says, we will get the field office about the history of each of the wild fictions we explore and some notes regarding times the field office has interacted with those monsters. Each case file is going to feature badass, original, never before seen illustrations by one of Martin and my favorite artists drawing your favorite cryptids. The case files are being impeccably researched by the Department of Truth's ace editor, Steve Fox. Ultimately, we'll collect all these case files and illustrations into a fancy schmancy hardcover that will shelve beautifully next to the inevitable Department of Truth deluxe hardcovers we bring to the world. So there you go. Make sure you guys go check it out.
That's cool. It's kind of what they did with Fables when they did start doing spin-offs of that too.
Yes. Yeah.
Or like Baywatch Nights.
Exactly. That is a much better description of
God.
I mean, that's the ultimate spin-off.
Yeah, it is. Yasmin
Yeah.
Bleep.
Yeah. They'll probably find a solo Wookiee. Yeah. I don't know where that guy. We can't find him. What? Like, geez. It'd be nice if we could find him.
I haven't heard from that guy in God knows how long. Like, I think he just
Me either. But you know what?
me.
I hope
think
he's
he just
having a
shows up-
benevolent Batman day.
I think he just shows up in chat and just to taunt us.
Hey,
A crime detected Batman Day.
Yes.
I like that guy.
Yeah. Shout out to Solo Wookiee.
Speaking of Tynion's Substack, though, there was also reports that he was kind of dishing some dirt about his time on Batman on Substack.
Mm.
And
Get into that.
not necessarily in the most positive of lights. Basically, he wasn't writing what he wanted to write. He was writing what he was being told to write. And
Yeah,
the website I read this on says you have to actually go on Substack to read what he actually said.
Well, he was something about not wanting to kill off Alfred, right?
Yeah. He was forced to write Alfred's funeral and he did not want to.
Yeah. Let's see here. James Tynion, he won the Eisner
Who the
Award, right?
Fuck is outbidding me on this.
Do you think Alfred's funeral will be well attended?
Yeah,
Because he
I would
doesn't
hope
seem
so.
to have. He doesn't
I
seem
would
to
go.
have much of a life outside of the mansion.
Oh my God. The people who knew him in his past, he'd probably have to reach out
His
to
actors,
like in Indonesia or people like World War II vets he was with
Which
to
one
like
you
let
guys
them know
are
Alfred
way
passed away,
outbidding?
come to the funeral.
I think it was that Timothy guy.
James Tynion planned to kill Joker off in Batman 100 before 5G. That's one of the stories I'm seeing, which is very interesting. I don't know.
When he joined Batman, they were still in the Didio 5G mode. And then that got scrapped and then kind of repurposed. And
Chuck is late to the chat. I was talking about you earlier. You're going to have to go back and look at the rewind.
Got to get the double burger. Chuck, I ordered a double burger.
It says James Tynion has continued his talk on Substack newsletter about his work on the Batman comic book and the editorial creative challenges it faced, working on a run that was basically a fill-in. Yeah, that would be kind of annoying. He says, I have turned in a number of outlines but I'm not getting the feedback I need to nail down the pieces for the first arc on the book. The trouble was all eyes internally at DC were focused on building and publishing line that would come on the other side of my run and trying to get their attention to shift where we needed. It was incredibly difficult. So they didn't care about anything in his run. All they cared about is what was coming up. And DC wanted us to focus on a special issue that effectively gave us a funeral for Alfred that would serve as a kind of breaking point for the Bat family, where they could all separate a more permanent way to be ready for where they needed to be on the other side of the line. Anyone who knows Pete Tomasi and my writing could probably guess that we didn't particularly want to write a story about the Bat family breaking up. That's a great point. Why would anybody want to do that? I don't get that.
We gotta get rid of some of this Bat family, guys.
Yeah, you're right. There's
You gotta
too
get
many
rid
of
of
them.
them.
Yeah.
But Travis, to your point, though, you know what? Maybe Alfred, all those Bruce Wayne fundraiser parties and functions and galas.
He's had the hobnob.
Alfred could have been the man at those events. You know, he's the man that hooked you up with the drinks you needed, the other stuff you needed.
Alfred is a guy who's so eloquent.
He could have been immensely popular for all we knew.
He's the kind of guy who you feel like has had a couple of drinks because he's so loquacious and charming, but he hasn't. He's dead sober. Just hosting the shit. He's the hostess with the mostest.
Absolutely. So you know what? His funeral could be very well attended.
Mm-hmm. So I'd like to MC his funeral.
You know, this is interesting. He's talking about this. You know, this whole thing took him to his creation of Punchline. So it was a good thing that he did that. You know, he had to go all through that because then we got the amazing character that is Punchline.
Well, I think that's the point of this. Sometimes is that we talked about this earlier with like writers or storytellers in general. When you give them restrictions. Kind of like we were talking about with the Marvel Universe, they're kind of restricted. We have to find a way to get Venom in. It can oftentimes breed a lot of really cool creativity because it's like, I don't want to do that. So if I have to do it, I got to find a way to do it my way. And so here's Punchline,
That's called editorial.
Yeah.
But you know what that goes to show? What Tynion just proved to us is no matter what your job is, there's always some dick that makes it suck.
Yeah. Yeah,
you're 100% right, man.
Or a drink.
There's always some asshole or troll out there calling you a dirty flipper.
Dirty fucking flipper.
There's always some asshole stealing your bike outside the soda jerk.
Yeah, you fucking asshole, Kyle.
There's also this week the new release.
Chuck was driving.
I Am Batman #1, which is continuing the future state story of Jace Fox as the new Batman. And I've been saying this for a while. I feel like they're been kind of with Tynion's run, kind of transitioning Bruce Wayne out of the role. And, obviously it'll be maybe Jace Fox going to be the new Batman. It's kind of the same thing with Superman. They've transitioned away from Clark Kent.
Well, for those that are still reading Future State, I thought this was interesting. Big news. This is from Dennis Culver. He said, big news. I'm taking over the full writing duties of Future State Gotham with 8 issue kicking off the new arc entitled The Next Joker. And that's actually a cool looking.
Yeah, I might have to check that out.
Yeah, that is really cool.
Gotham, that's the black and white book, right?
Yeah. Look how cool that is.
What if in comics they did a Batman off? They give 6 different creators 3 issues to write a Batman story, and they release them all. And then the person who gets the most sales gets Batman for a year.
Do you remember Batman Black and White? How they kind of did that? They did all those cool, like, Batman mini tales.
Yeah. And then they kind of cherry pick talent from there.
Yeah.
I agree. I think
that's a cool way to do it, actually. That's maybe more financially, is just have a Batman mini episode in the back of like 6 different Batman books, and then that person that gets the most votes or whatever it is gets to take it over for like 6 months or something like that.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I think we need that. We'll see what happens with Williamson, but we need really good Batman stories.
It allows the fans to have a little bit of control of like, here are 6 takes. Here's what out of those 6 takes we want to see. We want to see what this guy does. And we got to see it. It wasn't an editorial decision. It wasn't a political decision. It wasn't a financial decision. It was based on what the fans want to see more of.
Yeah.
Bad off. It's a bad off.
Hey, I'm thinking get the 5 writers who want to write Batman the most, put them in a ring, fight to the death. Last man standing is the dude who wants to write Batman the most. Give him a try.
Oh, yeah.
3 issues.
Yeah, Joe's dueling. Whoever gets the most votes gets to kill Jason Todd again.
Didn't they just do that recently, though?
Where they asked
again for the second time.
I don't know. Did they? I hope
thought
not.
They did, and I didn't. I thought they didn't do it so they would kill him.
I thought though, like
Don't forget the votes for Jason Todd's death originally were like, it was like 50-50. It was so close. I think Denny and Neil talked about it.
Yeah, I think they actually the votes were to keep him.
Represent what the fans wanted.
Yeah, they really wanted the votes were to keep him. Doom Patrol's coming back. You guys fans of Doom Patrol? I mean, we've been talking about Teen Titans on HBO Max and how great it is and this and that. Now we're gonna get Doom Patrol on HBO Max. The
I
new
only
season.
watched the episode. I never got into Doom Patrol. I only watched the episode where my sister-in-law's band was on this in the episode.
Yeah. I just
What's
wish
the
they
name of the
wouldn't
band?
put.
Shout out that band.
They're called the Darts. You can find. They're going to be at Punk Rock Bowling this weekend.
One of the coolest punk rock band names ever.
The Darts?
Yeah, it's an all girl band.
Yeah.
And if you're going to Punk Rock Bowling, they're on the main stage of Punk Rock Bowling that's in Vegas.
Well, the only thing that drives me crazy about Doom Patrol was this. The cyborg character is terrible in it.
That's
just not
terrible. Good. Everything is terrible about that.
Yeah.
That's like that looks like I don't know.
It's not good.
It's like a Power Rangers Saved by the Bell mashup.
Yeah,
Corn.
That's better. That's better than what I was saying.
Who's a fan of Corn?
Who is it?
Me.
I'm not a fan of Corn.
Yeah. They just came here on Monday.
That's and why nobody knows about it, because they're terrible.
But it's probably one of the members that I'm like, why do I know their names? Like Monkey, Head, PE.
Yeah. Head PE was good. Head PE was a good band. I'll give that. All right. Speaking of that type of stuff, canned corn is good. Yeah.
Get that corn out of my face.
Yeah.
What's an episode of South Park? They'll turn into cream corn.
Another interesting thing is this. I never thought my days of getting stoned and playing PlayStation would turn into a Twisted Metal movie or series, and Anthony Mackie to star in it.
Do you see that as a good series? I remember this on PlayStation.
Yeah, dude, it was one of the best games ever.
Shit out of it.
Yeah, Twisted Metal, man. Where you got the cars and the truck, and remember the clown? What was the clown dude's name? Yeah, man, that was good stuff. And one of the things I'm trying.
Just as I was going to ask Solo Wookie to come on the show, I can't now. That comment right there does it.
So Twisted Metal, video game getting TV adaptation from Will Arnett, Rhett Reese, Paul Wainick, Michael Jonathan Smith, and Anthony Mackie to star. So that's pretty interesting. And
you shut your mouth to your mom.
Yeah, get out of here.
Hey, dude, you don't talk to your mom like that.
I'm going to when it comes to Nirvana.
Yeah. So one of the things that the reason why I thought this was interesting was because we were talking about Matrix the other day, and the Matrix Recalled comic is getting hot. Well, if you guys ever see this, grab it. Super, super rare promo comic that for Twisted Metal that is just super hard to find. It was put out by DC in 1996. Sony released Twisted Metal 2, a demolition style derby style video game on October 31st, 1996 for the PlayStation console in North America. According to one wiki, only 100 copies were ever printed, and they were subsequently given out as prizes for a contest held by Sony's Tips and Tricks magazine around the same time as Twisted Metal's 2 release. Apparently, the competition was quite difficult, and only around half of the comics were actually won. So there might only be 50 of these comics out there. Anecdotally, at least one comic fan wrote to Sony Tips and Tricks department and was given a free copy of the comic. What happened to the balance of the comics is unknown. Could have been trash, given out to employees, or hiding in a cupboard somewhere. So it was written by Jamie Delano and penciled by Phil Hester, which is interesting.
It is interesting. That's crazy.
Yeah, Phil Hester's badass. The story focuses on the origin of Calypso and his torment after accidentally killing his younger sister, which leads him into murder and mayhem. So there you go. It's super hard to find, and of course brings along a pretty hefty price tag. Very cool.
Well, I gotta take off here in a little bit, gentlemen, but I want to talk to you before I leave about. Did anyone watch Why the Last Man?
Yeah, so let's definitely get into that because I've heard mixed things about it. I haven't seen any of the recent issues. I think not recent episodes. I think the 4th episode came out, right? Episode
Well,
1 seemed
Yeah,
a
go
little
ahead, please.
slow to me.
Yeah, so I was looking forward to this for a long. I've been looking forward to this for like 10 years since
Yes.
it's been like pre-production hell and all these different companies.
Yep.
And I knew it came out a couple weeks ago, but I realized today that it was out. So I just watched the first episode nigh but an hour ago. Now, Why the Last Man? I think a lot. If you're watching this channel, you probably read it. It's kind of one of those seminal 2000 works. And it's a really interesting thing because oftentimes the comic books that really hit are stories that work really well in comics and maybe only in comics and super high budget movies, right? But then you have these stories like Why the Last Man, which almost seem like they would work originally better in a novel form or a pitch for a screenplay or a series. And it happens to be in comics because Vaughn is such a fan of the medium. And so it's something that was a no-brainer to take from comics and transfer it to different form. You can easily write a novel version of this. You can easily do it in a series of movies, but perfectly suited for a television show. So now we finally have it. And I was so excited for this. I watched the first episode. And let me talk about the things I think they got right. The female casting in this, I think, is spot on.
I love that there's a Nirvana argument in the chat right now.
Hey, Kyle, never mind that. And let's get back to Why the Last Man.
Yes, that's more important.
Yeah. And so Diane Lane, fantastic. Who they have playing Hero, fantastic. Yorick, I've only watched first episode. He wasn't in there enough for me. I'm trying to figure out because we're gonna have to follow this guy and care for this guy. So I don't know if if I'm sold on his performance of this character that I really loved in the early 2000s. But I thought there's a couple of things you have to nail in that first issue. And they showed me a couple of things I wanted to see. One, I got to see the hanging upside down first appearance of Yorick in the straitjacket. Key image in that comic. Great way to introduce him. I'm glad they didn't veer from that. And also the ambulance scene with Hero and the start of the apocalypse done really well. And
They did really well.
They did a change in here that's so important, is that because the character of Hero in the book is one that you're like, why is she so bitter? Why does she carry around this guilt? And they sell it to you more in the show that she might have killed her lover before the apocalypse did. And that is such a great change to that story. And I think that in this first episode, of course, we knew it was going to end with the plague hitting. That's how you end that first episode, and you have to nail that. And I don't know if
job with that.
They did a great job. Could they have done a little bit better? Possibly. But what they gave me, I was like, wow, this is really intense and
it was
really
dark.
stressful.
Yeah,
and having the dog coughing up that blood at the end of it was a great way to start it off. And so I thought they did those elements really well. Did they introduce more characters than they had to in this first episode? Maybe. I think maybe we could have limited some of the characters. Maybe some of these were in here. I do like the addition of the president's daughter as like this cancel culture conservative character who we didn't have in the book, that actually brings in some more topical issues into this series, and it'll be interesting to see how that plays. But in general, I was pretty happy with the first episode. I'm looking forward to seeing more. Now, Brian, you said that that at some points it felt a little slow.
Yes, it felt really slow. The first episode felt a little slow until the end to me, obviously. But there are more episodes. I'm looking forward to it. You know, we talked. I bring this up again. When we talked with Jesus Christ, the cover artist. Anyways, we talked to him.
Guy, right?
No. The cover artist for Primordial.
Oh.
God damn it, I'm spacing on his name. One of the greatest cover artists of all time. Jesus Christ. J.G. Jones. Thank you. Jesus. We had J.G. Jones on, who did, of course, the Why the Last Man stuff. And you know, that was really cool to have him on right before the episode and talk about it, and you know how mind bending that comic was.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to listen to that. I had no idea. I'm gonna check that out. Sorry if I'm rehashing stuff. Yeah.
No, it was really cool, and I think that, like you said, having it be in production hell for the longest time, it's just nice to finally see it on the screen. You know, so I'm all for it. Again, first episode, you got to give it a little bit of time to set everything up, and I think that they're doing that, and I don't know. I'm looking forward to seeing the rest. So,
has this done anything to any speculation market on these books, Brian?
That's a great question. Let's take a look and see if
everyone's still arguing about.
I'm not a big collector in the sense of that, but one of the things I did do was buy all the single issues of Why the Last Man over the last,
really
10 years. Yeah. So it's one of the full collections that I have, but they've never been that expensive. So it's not like a hard thing to pursue.
No, but the first book is selling for a decent amount, especially in high grade.
Sure.
Let's see here. So, Why the Last Man 1 through 60, first print complete, full series, $450 on September 18th. Wow.
Oh, wow. Grab that.
Yeah, that's a great sale. I mean, that still sounds good, but it looks like they're going about $15 a piece for every issue. Those first couple issues. A lot of the trades are selling too, so that's very cool.
Yeah, I think I would pick them up between $7 and $9 for a decent condition over the last 10 years before this. So it looks like they've gone up a little bit.
Yeah, $150 raw, $180 raw for Why the Last Man #1.
Ish, has anyone come in and asked about Why the Last Man since the show's buzz has come in?
We got the trade paperback, and I put it even in a special spot on its own little easel.
The big omnibus?
Yeah. No, just the trade paperback. Oh. And nobody's bought it. It's just sitting there.
Yeah, I like the omnibus on it.
I bought the big omnibus. It is ridiculously thick and really well priced for the story you get in there, but it is uncomfortable to read in bed.
Or on the toilet.
Yeah.
Why is it just too heavy?
Yeah. It's a
this
tome.
Is one of my all-time favorite covers.
I love that cover.
I think it was just Friday we were commenting. I was like, how is this Why the Last Man not sold yet?
Yeah. Amazing stuff. Yeah.
Well, gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. Benevolent Batman Day to all three of you, and we'll catch you soon.
Thanks, Travis. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out, Travis.
See you later, dude.
Traitor, leaving early.
Our viewership is going to plummet now.
Who's chopping wood?
Nubia.
Yeah,
that's not Attila.
She's trying to be quiet, but
is she chopping broccoli?
She's making
chopping broccoli.
It's actually what is that? Cucumbers? Zucchini.
So,
and you can probably hear our guinea pigs crying for food right now because whenever you hear that noise, they know we're chopping vegetables. So they start crying for
the Pavlov effect.
So this was something we talked about before, and the Princess Bride toys, right? Here we go.
Dude, those are awesome. I almost ordered them for Nubia as a present because I think she'd actually enjoy those. Sharp.
Yeah, they're cool, man. They're super dope. Pre-order now. So let's see.
Here. McFarlane came out with a thing where you could pre-order them.
I'm trying to. There we go. I'm clicking on it. Hurry up, damn!
It just
internet.
The other day showed up on the Diamond website as a solicit.
Yeah. What the hell? Pre-order here first. There we go.
Right
Is that it? All right. Where the hell?
Right there.
This website sucks. McFarlane, fix your website, man.
For sure.
Jesus.
I went to a different website where they were doing it.
This is absolutely garbage. But here's Fezzik. Let's see if we can get some better pictures of it. Comes with his rock. So,
because I think right now they've got a thing where you can order him, Buttercup, and Wesley. It's like a 3-pack you can get for like $120.
Build a figure though. It should have like a Billy Crystal character build.
Well, this shit's garbage. Look at this. What the hell? Garbage. Yeah, she's still chopping Johnny Left Hand.
She is still chopping Johnny. Yes.
Broccoli.
Yeah, chopping broccoli. Yeah, that website sucks, you guys. 100%. Don't.
Was I on the left? Where? Go back to that.
There we go. Let's see here. There's some better pictures of it. There's all the figures. You get the 4 figures.
I think they're like $39 a piece. You can get all 4.
Yeah.
Your mom says, see if she can chop louder. I bet you she can.
Well, speaking of, we love, who doesn't love Princess Bride, right? So Kyle told me of this thing that they did where they call it the Princess Bride home movie. And of course, I can't play it on the channel because I'll get hit with a copyright thing, but I can show you stills. And basically, it's a ton of different actors and actresses that are redid the movie in different, their own stuff. And they tell you which part they're playing. And it's the whole movie plays out in front of your eyes. You've got all different types of actors playing the roles. They switch
that's Jack Black
as Inigo, right?
Yep. As Inigo.
And then no, Jack Black plays Cary Ells. He plays the Man in Black.
Yes.
And then you have the Man in Black is played by Caitlin Dever at one point. So they just switch, and it looks like they all did this while they're at home on, during the pandemic, and it's really genius how they filmed it, and then they edited it all together. So the movie is, just plays out like normal. And of course, in the beginning, they have what's his name? Fucking dude from Wonder Years.
Savage.
Yeah,
Fred
Savage playing his role again. But this shit is really funny. It's the whole movie replayed out. There's Shaq in it. He plays Inigo Montoya at one point.
Everybody's in it. It's awesome.
Yeah, really funny.
Like they have most of the cast of The Office in it.
Seth Rogen.
Yeah, he does Billy Crystal's part. It's awesome. Like they go through and it's worth, like I sat and watched it from beginning to end. It is totally worth the hour and 8 minutes to watch it.
Jesus, hour.
It's the whole movie, dude.
It's the whole movie.
Oh, man. I'll be the guy here. This actually sounds like torture to me.
It's funny, dude. It's really funny-ish.
Adam
Sandler.
Maybe I have to watch it, but just from looking at this is like, I'm like, oh my lord. Maybe to see Shaq.
Bryan Cranston's the guy with 6 fingers on his hand.
I mean,
dude, this right here, Paul Rudd, it's so fucking funny in it.
Yeah.
Because he's trying to like do his own zoom ins with his phone and shit. He's got to be like, oh wait, hold on. So he like picks up his phone and re-zooms in on himself. It's so funny. The way they cut it too is genius because they do the talking like they're both in the same place, and they're not in the same place, and they tell, okay, at this point you need to be by a tree, and like the guy's in his backyard doing it, like Batista's there, like there's all these. It's just really funny. It's really creative, and I love shit like this. Do you guys remember when they did something similar to this, where they got a bunch of actors together and they read the Fast Times at Ridgemont High script and played out the roles? Like Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston were, who's the dude that gets caught beating it in the bathroom? Judd Hirsch, right? And
who's the red bikini chick. Penelope, what's her name? The red bikini. Fast Time at Ridgemont High.
I can't believe it. Phoebe Cates.
Phoebe Cates, yeah. So Phoebe Cates and Judd Hirsch's roles are played by Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston, and it's really funny to see them act like boyfriend and girlfriend because they have their past and this and that. And then of course Sean Penn is played by
Judge Reinhold.
Yeah, Judge Reinhold. What's his name? Sean Penn is played by Just Do It, that fucking goofball, and he's smoking pot the whole time. You can tell. Yeah, Spicoli is being played by who's that kid? Shia LaBeouf. He played by Jesus, man. I need some Alpha Brain, you guys. Send me Alpha Brain ASAP. It's been a crazy week, but Princess Bride fans, make sure you go check it out. It's called Princess Bride: The Home Movie. It's really fucking funny.
We're checking out. I mean,
yeah.
I got a kick out of it. I don't get a kick out of much of anything, so just playing.
Yeah, I thought it was really fucking good.
Justin, the answer is no. She is forever Phoebe Cates in that movie.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I agree with Joe right here. Yes.
She's not burnt like
no, she's not.
Scarlett Johansson. Burnt.
She's not burnt like Scarlett Johansson.
You get any Star Trek news this week?
I was going to ask if Scarlett's feeling the Shang-Chi burn.
Well, Shang-Chi is a lot of people are seeing Shang-Chi even still. I think it was still the #1 movie, right?
I think if it has a good third weekend, it's definitely going to pass Black Widow.
Oh yeah, and a lot of people are saying that they like that much more than Black Widow. I watched Black Widow again 2 nights ago.
I still have not seen Black Widow, and I need to.
What's her name's really good. The chick that plays Yelena Belova kills it. She steals the movie. So, all right.
Marco did not get fired. He had food poisoning. I'm Marco with food poisoning. I can't come on the show. Nah, what was me? That's what happened.
But speaking of the MCU, the Hawkeye trailer came out. What did you guys think?
I've never been a huge fan of Hawkeye. Wasn't a fan of him in the comics. Wasn't a huge fan of him in the movies. I'm not super excited about it.
I have not seen the trailer. I was a fan of Hawkeye because I was a big West Coast Avengers fan. Medium fan of movie Hawkeye, but I am excited for this show. I don't know why. There's something about it that I think it could be good.
I agree. So the things that I really liked about it was the fact that it takes place during Christmas. Positive right there, right? You got the Christmas aspect, which everybody loves Christmas movies. At least I think they do.
Christmas didn't save Iron Man 3, I feel. Everyone hates Iron Man 3, and that was a Christmas movie.
It's just because it wasn't good.
It's a Shane Black Christmas movie. Every movie Shane Black makes is a Christmas movie. But people poo all over Iron Man 3. Anyways.
So what was Iron Man 3 again?
That's where he had like that disorder, and that kid was helping him, and he was building shit in his fucking
fake Mandarin.
Yeah, the fake Mandarin and all that.
Eldridge Killian, Extremis.
Was that the one with Guy Pearce?
Yes.
Yeah. I remember
that. Sorry, Patrick, I am crazy. That's what everybody says. The faction run was awesome, but I just never could get into it. It just wasn't me.
Man, old school West Coast Avengers is underrated. I love that.
Says all 12 of you.
Yeah, and Hawkeye was the leader. I agree with a lot of comments in the chat about Kate Bishop. I think, and the casting is really good. Very strong actress. She might be a breakout character.
Yeah, same. Well, Florence Pugh is in this too, so I'm really looking forward to that. Right, Haley Steinfeld is going to be great. And And then I just love how they're playing off Jeremy Renner. His character is really good.
I'm just going to leave this up here the entire time we talk about this.
This also has one of my least favorite actresses, though, Vera Farmiga. Ugh.
Who the fuck is that?
And then
I can't
the
stand
number one book, of course, was Tales of Suspense number 57, first Hawkeye on the Hot 10 list this week. Shout out to Jesse James Comics, who loves Hawkeye for some silly reason.
Right.
But not only that, but here's your
Hawkeye
West Coast Avengers number 7.
Airspeeder bike.
This West Coast Avengers number 7 from the 2019 run has that first Jeff the Land Shark, but has an amazing cover on it. Star Wars homage. The Hawkeye number 1 book with Kate Bishop is selling too. It's future Marvel, man.
What was number 10?
Number 10 was Champions number 22. The first time
you guys didn't get a chance to catch the Hot 10. Hey, I just got that Iron Man number 5.
Which Iron Man number 5?
No, number 12.
Number 12.
Number 9 on the list. Yeah, I just got that. That Hawkeye, there's a few prints to that. Isn't there like a purple print? And there's a couple different colored covers for that one, right?
I don't think so for that one. For
maybe I'm thinking of a different one.
Yeah, you're thinking of the Fraction run.
That Kelly Thompson one. There's like a reissue coming out, and it's not like a facsimile edition, but they're doing some weird like free version of it.
Well, let me see.
I just had
flippers flipping the late game flippers.
It's like 30 cents for the retailer. It was on FOC.
Hawkeye was always just like a B character until the movies came out, right?
Yeah.
Unless you read West Coast Avengers.
All 12 of you. I'm going to keep saying
he was an A character in your books.
These are the books you guys want to be on the lookout for right now. Are these this 2012 series, the Great Aja run? This is issue 1. All the covers. Of course, we did this. I forget on what show recently, but just
I think
a
you
lot
did it
of
on Monday show, didn't you?
Yeah, maybe the Monday show. Got a lot of really cool colorways for the second and third printings, and I mean, some of them are just beautiful. They're all great designs, absolutely gorgeous. Pick them up anytime you see them. This was a big book at the time. I remember issue 8.
Wow, look at that red one.
Yeah, this one right here.
Cool. All these ones, I was seeing them, and I was like, and I just like said pass.
Yeah, your mistake. They're selling for a ridiculous amount.
I know now.
First, as the CEO Dino would say, "Happy the pizza dog."
I need to stop buying with my comic love and buy with my comic flip.
Yeah. Nope. You're well, these are interesting. I forgot about these ones. So anyways, make sure you guys check that stuff up. I'm looking forward to it. I think it looks great. I think I know a lot of people are comparing it to Die Hard and that type of stuff. The Christmas movie, greatest Christmas movie ever. And I hope it can kind of like, reach that level.
Hey, I Metal Face, just want to show only 29 people signed my petition to bring Squirrel Girl back.
That's sad.
So only
Change.org.
29. So go to the change.org, find it, sign it, repost it out there for me because I'm far too lazy to repost it out there. So do it for me. Bring it back. We need to see the AT&T girl.
I like your authoritative laziness. I love it.
I'm lazy, so do it for me. Yes. It's the American way.
Real quick, make sure you guys, if you guys are if you guys do any buying on the Whatnot, I'll be on Whatnot tomorrow at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. It's Star Wars Sunday. Of course, the Flipside account on Whatnot does Star Wars Sunday every Sunday. This week we're going to be auctioning off a ton of those great comics that you guys have already seen me get through. Plus, I have this really cool Gentle Giant Shock Trooper mini bust exclusive from San Diego Comic-Con, I think in 2006. This is a really cool Gentle Giant bust that will be available. And I've got all kinds of cool figures. There's all kinds of cool troopers that I'll be selling, different variants of all the different clone troopers and stuff like that. And of course, all the comics. You guys can find me on Whatnot for Star Wars Sundays on Tales from the Flipside.
I want to
All
give a
right.
shout out real quick before I show off. You just showed off a bunch of your stuff, a bunch of your pickups.
No, those are things I'm selling on Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah. Including stuff like this. This is the Celebration 4 exclusive Macquarie Luke Skywalker figure. I'll be selling one of those. I've also got the San Diego Comic-Con Macquarie exclusive of Yoda and Obi-Wan that I'll be selling. I've got this pop here, Han Solo Snow Gear pop, Loot Crate exclusive. So a lot of fun Star Wars stuff and some crazy books. A lot of Marvel 77, the Marvel run Star Wars books. A lot of Dark Horse Star Wars stuff. Some crazy variants and cool stuff.
And then check out tomorrow. Also tomorrow, my buddy Kevin from Collector's Choice Comics. He's doing his first Whatnot. He's got some awesome Department of Truth Collector's Choice Comics variants that he's got. So go check him out and support him in his first Whatnot. He's got some cool stuff coming on. I got him coming on next week. Oh, that's right. 92 people in here. I got to remind you that next week we're going to have Tony Fleece on of Stray Dogs. He's going to be talking about his new project, Time Shoppers.
Hell yeah.
I think he's starting the Kickstarter for it or something like that. But he's got some, it comes out the 29th, so he's coming on like that Saturday before, but he's going to come hang out with us, talk comics, talk Time Shoppers. He gave us he sent us the PDFs for it, and it's hands down one of the most hilarious comics to read. It's so much fun. So,
yeah, shout out to Tony and Trish, friends of the show, friends of the channel, just good people.
And then CGC just got my book for their signing. I sent the shout out to Bird City. I sent their Stray Dogs #5 cover to get signed by Trish and Tony. They got it. The day they got it, it says in grading status.
Yeah, you sold it out. You sent it out, and they got it within like 2 days or something. What was it?
Yeah, they got it. It's already in grading status. How about that? They hadn't even signed it yet. They already got it graded. Shout out to CGC for that. Hartman, the book is freaking hilarious. If you catch some of our older, our past MCMs, we had Tony on. He's talking about it. There's a new one. It's called Broccoli Choppers. But yeah, check it out. Tony will be on next week. Well, of course, we're going to talk a little Stray Dogs, but
Yeah.
Kyle, don't
Good
you have
stuff.
a unicorn to show off?
Oh, fuck, I do. Hold on. I'll be right back. Let me go grab it. And I got something else to show off as well. Hold on.
We'll knock out some pickups, and
I got an interesting pickup.
I got a bunch of pickups. I got a lot of fun pickups to go through. Nice, Freak Bros.
A year passes like nothing with the fabulous furry Freak Brothers.
Yep.
And this is number 3, and it's a 7th printing.
Nice. I love the Freak Bros.
Yeah, I like weird shit like this.
Yeah.
My wife actually advised me not to show this.
Yeah.
Not.
I love furries, Freak Bros, bro.
From
Heroes
Rip Off
Reborn
Quest.
says Tales from the Flipside favoritism by CGC. I wish. Ask Nico about that favoritism by CGC. He'll tell you that it don't exist.
Hey, we don't even
and-
get favoritism from EGS.
Yeah, we get
Talk
we
about
don't-
corner scuffs.
Yeah. There is no favoritism in grading comics anymore. I don't think there's just too much money into
Well,
it for them to
there
show any.
shouldn't be.
Yeah.
I mean, there's integrity that needs to be upheld.
Any Sidem cover pickups? Just wait till you get to pickups there, brother.
Hey, hey, JJ, come on and show them off then. If you got some interesting magazine pickups, but I do have a couple pickups.
All right, you ready?
This is what I love about switching over to Fantastic World Comics and Ish. Is he's got my best interest at heart when he sees stuff. So I do have the second printing of Unicorn, the pink cover.
Don't thumbfuck it.
I am not going to thumbfuck it. We did look it over. There is no corner scuffing on this issue. So what we've done with this issue is we've talked to Bill.
Bill graded it.
We're going to put Bill's grading skills
Stamp of
to the
approval.
test. And he graded it. And I'm going to send it off.
Well, we're really putting Tony's grading skills to the test.
We're putting
Bill's.
Yeah, that's true. We're putting Bill's and Tony's. We're going to see what everybody grades. But we got this. Awesome. I love it. We're going to send it off, get a grade. I'm going to get a pink label for it so that it matches. And we're going to see what it comes back as, and we're going to see whose grade was the closest.
Great idea.
And then my other pickup this week is the Razor Dead. Speaking of Nirvana, everybody.
And Arthur Sidem.
And Arthur Sidem. I got the homage to Nevermind where he's chasing the ear. I love this cover.
Zombie baby.
So I had to pick that up. So that is a great pickup. So
You get your Stray Dogs Goosebumps homage. They call me Bruce is asking. Kyle.
I did not. I'm going to reach out to Bird City and see if they can hook me up.
There we go.
Hopefully soon.
Got any more pickups?
That was it.
Ish.
I got a visual pickup. I finally caught up with What If. And I got to say, I've never been a big zombie fan. I've never watched The Walking Dead. Zombies are not my thing.
Wait. What?
Yes, you heard
Say it again. Say it again.
But I think that zombie.
He can't be on the show if he's never watched The Walking Dead. It's just the way it is. How could you not? I can't. You used to be up here, right here-ish, when I would think about you, and now you've come down a notch. I'm sorry.
I'll redeem myself somehow.
Well, speaking of zombies, there is news that where you're going to get a live action zombies. So,
yeah, the What If episode was really strong. That was a great episode.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed this week's.
The Doctor Strange one was very dark, also very good. And then this week's too, the Killmonger episode. Good stuff.
I thought the Killmonger episode was probably one of the best.
Yeah.
I didn't care for the first 3 eps, but the last 3, good. Yeah.
You got any more pickups, Ish?
No, that's it.
I didn't even see yours. I was too busy kicking you out.
All right, I got a bunch to go through, but I'm gonna go through them quick. These are all going to be for sale on Whatnot, from Tales from the Flipside Whatnot. Not this Sunday. These are not Star Wars books, but these are a bunch of books that I got. A lot of really cool variants and books that people are looking for. Shout out to Squirrel Girl, unbelievable Squirrel Girl variant. This is a sweet Agents of Wakanda issue.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, the second. This is the second print? Yeah, the second printing of Miles Morales Spider-Man number 13. Some more just cool variants here. Spidey Man life stories, the 70s. Great zombie books, of course. Those will be for sale. This is a gorgeous Marvel 1000 Jen Bartel storm cover.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah.
Nice.
So again, like I said, all these will be for sale on the Tales from the Flipside Whatnot.
Ooh, what is that one? That one's a 1 and what?
I'm not sure what this is, but it's probably a ratio variant. This one is Fantastic Four Yancey Street #1, the variant. And then how about this one? I know that is this the Battle Lines, right? Can't remember. This one, I got some really cool Scotty Young books that I'll be selling. Scotty Young books seem to sell well. This is a great Steranko Captain America variant. Of course, look at this for the Deadpool fans. Deadpool 25 variant. Mark Brooks. The Liefeld Full Killer variant, sketch variant.
To everybody out there, I've given up soda, so it's not whiskey and Coke this week. It's cranberry and vodka.
2099 Alpha variant. Look how dope that is.
That's a cool cover. I like that cover.
Conan, for all the Conan fans, there's a badass Conan variant. There you go. Guardians of the Galaxy.
I like that
variant.
cover.
Yeah. X-Men 92 variant for issue #2. Howard the Duck #1 variant. Spider-Man 2099 Scotty Young variant for issue #1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Did I go shopping at Walmart, Brian? No. This is the recent issue that everybody loved. This is just the regular A cover.
Man, Hartman sent me a picture of a Pokemon card, man, where that dude is. He's got some pretty good shit he picked up. Oh, the We Live #1. I like that variant.
Yeah. There's some North Star X Factor variant. This is a dope Inhook Lee Silk variant.
Yeah, that's nice.
This is a great Scotty Young variant for Riot.
Yes.
And then we've got some King Spawn books. Of course, everybody loving the King Spawn stuff.
Thank you, Dave.
More King Spawn, and Black Cat. So those are all my recent pickups that, of course, will be available on the Whatnot app. Tales from the Flipside Whatnot account. Good
nice.
Stuff.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. So make sure you guys check that out. And I did not get the Iron Man cover yet. Like I said, I've talked about this on a lot of shows. Do as I say, not as I do. A lot of times I don't pick up the books that I think are great.
For my buddies at Collector's Choice Comic, Kevin, he's got some issues set aside for me that I got last night from his auction. He was selling them for $4 a pop.
Not bad.
Do you got any in your shop, Ish?
Of the DJ cover?
Yeah.
No, and actually, because of Brian's show, I ordered more copies than we normally would of Iron Man, and it sold out instantly.
Nice.
I remember I didn't see it, and
you guys, it paid off watching your show because that put me on the radar. And when that book came up on FOC, I was like, "Oh shit, there it is." And I knew it was going to be cool, and people were glad that we had it in stock.
Hell yeah! Heroes Reborn. The Sidem was what Kyle showed.
Mine was Raise the Dead.
Yeah, well, that's Arthur Sidem.
Yeah, it's
zombie.
Sidem. Yep.
And Sidem zombie cover. So, also, I am sending off. I've talked about this on my shows, and you're going to hear it ad nauseum to me. Sending these out next week. Sending these to New Jersey overnight mail.
Ovechkin and the Crosby.
Yeah, Ovechkin and Crosby rookies. A Kobe Bryant Topps Chrome PSA 10 rookie or PSA 8 rookie. Sorry, Jesus. A Sidney Crosby SP Authentic out of $9.99 rookie auto. BGS 9.
Where are you sending them?
Explain this to me, Brian. Why is the auto 10 but the card is 9?
So Beckett Grading Services actually started grading the auto because some of the autos will either be smudged or they're just, the pen ran out, and so they grade the auto too. Like I have a Corey Perry from this year, and
that's fucked up.
Yeah, it's smudged. Yeah. So
as
they
long
grade
as
the auto.
so that could be like a torn card, but as long as that auto part is perfect, that part can get a 10 still.
Well, yeah, the auto
Like
can
they
get a
totally
10, but that's
separate it.
yeah, and the card is a 9. I think the card would grade higher. It looks really good. And then of course the
That's wild.
10 Ovechkin with the same thing.
Well, can Ovechkin be anything but a 10?
Well, listen, here's the crazy stuff.
He's
You
gonna
know,
break Gretzky's record.
yep, he's not. I mean, not only is he going to break the goal record, he's getting ready to do the most years with 40 plus goals.
Yeah,
He's getting ready to break a lot of records, and they're talking about it like crazy all over the NHL right now. I mean, if you go to NHL's, Instagram or Sportsnet's Instagram, it's nothing but talking about Ovi and Sidney Crosby. Ovi just turned 36 yesterday, so
wow, that's so crazy.
yeah.
Well, I think him and Austin Matthews are going to challenge for the goal scoring crown.
Yes,
So I think Matthews, he might get 60 this year.
I hope so.
Dude, that Department of Truth, Nevermind cover. I would love to get one of those, but they're fucking super expensive right now.
Yeah, that's the only one I don't have yet. I don't have the Department of Truth one. I have the Power Rangers one. I don't think I have the Turtles one. I got to check. I think there's like a 50-50 chance. I have the Sidem one. There's like 4 of them. There's a Deadpool one. No, I have the Turtles one, but I don't have the Deadpool, or vice versa. A lot of good stuff.
You've got the Deadpool one.
Okay, so I have the Deadpool, not the Turtles one. So
Yeah,
if anybody's got an extra turtle one, hit us up. Shout out to Gomez. Much love, brother. Happy.
So
Batman Day,
I got a
Matthew.
question for you guys. So I pay with Collector's Choice Comics. Part of my money, my subscription fee is I get to grade books. I get to get a book graded every month to send off, as long as it's a modern comic. So now I'm torn with this month. So I'm going to ask you guys. I'm going to ask Brian and Ish, and I'm going to ask the chat as well. I've got 3 books here that I'm going to get graded. Which one do you guys think that I should get? Let me see. Actually, I've got 4, 5. Okay, so I've got it down to 5. Which eventually they're all going to go. So maybe we could do it. But what should I do this week? So like, I've got New Mutants 98.
So this is to send into CBCS?
Yes.
CBCS or CGC? Which one?
CBCS.
Okay.
So I've got 238.
Are the tattoos in it?
Yes, the tattoos are in it.
Mm-hmm. Good call.
Teen Titans 12.
Definitely wouldn't do that. I would do the best out of everything but the Flash.
Man, I don't know. New Mutants and the Spidey.
Yeah. So you
Maybe
think,
the Teen Titans.
so you think it's either one of these two? New Mutants 98 or the Spidey 238?
So you've had these in your collection?
Yeah.
Do you have an estimated grade on them?
The fucking the New Mutants is beautiful.
Then that's one for sure.
It's I bought it from my buddy Chuck. I think Brian looked at it. It's a very nice copy of it. I think out of the two, the closest that's going to be a 9.8 would actually be the New Mutants.
Yeah, I'd send that then.
I actually bought both these books from Chuck.
Yeah.
That Spidey's
I'd
a hot
send in
book.
the New Mutants.
So, okay, so you know what? It looks like
Everybody
the
else is saying
consensus
New Mutants.
So, okay, I'll do New Mutants.
Are you only
I'm
sending one or are you sending 2?
I can only do one a month.
1. We should do a poll.
It looks like New Mutants. Actually,
Yeah.
everybody says I should send it to TGC.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Well,
your program is
CGC
through CBCS, so
CGC is finally starting to get a move on some of their backstock, it sounds like, and hopefully your comics won't sit there for 2 months waiting to be checked in out of their boxes, which is why I've been waiting so long to send any books there. And I have so many books to get graded right now. I just don't want them sitting in a box, the box I sent them in for 2 months after I got them pressed. And you know what I mean? Like some books lose that press if they sit in a box too long.
What do they say? The press only is there for so long, right?
Yeah, for certain books, yeah.
So it
Wait,
looks
say
like
that again. The what is there for only so long?
The press.
The press? What do you mean?
If you press a comic,
Oh,
right?
it could regain its waviness or whatever.
Yes.
All right, I never thought of that. Within a slab, even.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, you got a nice gift grade.
Yeah, they call me Bruce. Says he just got charged $1,300 for comics he sent in June. So like,
oh man,
that's nuts.
well, like I said, I just sent they just got my Stray Dogs book a couple days ago, and they've already got it in there. So maybe because the signing's next week, I don't know. I've never had. So, yeah, I bet you that was a shock to the budget. Holy crap. I bet you shit your pants.
Did you guys see
Hartman,
they announced an in-house Robert Downey Jr. signing, $750 to pop.
Dude,
yeah, those Robert Downey Jr. photo books are going for grip right now because of it.
But it was cheaper than Gal Gadot, who was like $800, I think. If I
because
remember correctly.
And it's all going to charity, I think, right?
Yes, for Downey Jr., yeah, it's a charity thing.
Yeah. Hartman Sports Card says, so PSA has dropped services except Express. And
is that just because of the huge backlog they have?
So are you saying, Hartman, that you can get other services than Express right now, or is it still only Express? Because
I think they had stopped all submissions until this month, September.
And now you can get Express, right? Which is $200 a card.
The expensive one, it is, yeah. That makes
business
sense for them, I guess. But
yeah.
What are you sending your cards to New Jersey for?
So I'm sending them to Golden Auctions, which is one of the best. Here, I'll pull them up. Golden Auctions. So they're one of the best consignment places. They're just starting to do comics and video games, but they're huge for cards. I mean, the card stuff they do is just bonkers. You can see, you know, let me show you some of their stuff here.
So you're going in so you can get top dollar that I take.
You got it. Let's see. We can look at.
So do you reach out to them, or did they actually reach out?
I reached out to them.
So how does that work? You're like, hey, I've got these fucking dope ass cards.
Yeah. Yep. I contacted them. I said, this is what I've got. And they said, okay, we're totally down to, we'd love to you know, consign them, have you consign them. Why can't I find the card stuff? Where's the card stuff? So basically, you know, it's the amount that they charge, you know, a percentage is much lower than everybody else on anything above like $2,000, I think. Which is interesting. I'm trying to get to there. Here we go. Golden Auctions on Instagram. Let's go there. Where the hell?
Yeah, look at all those. God damn, you're popular.
Yeah. So here's some of the stuff that Golden Auctions, of course, has been selling. They've been doing a lot of video games and comics lately because they just started video games and comics, which is crazy. But of course, here's some of their card stuff. You can see they get record prices, $59,000 on that.
Holy shit!
Yeah. LeBron James, $99,000 on this card came out last year.
Holy fuck!
Yeah,
that must be like a 10 then.
99,000.
$2 million on this LeBron rookie.
Signed LeBron rookie.
Yeah, I think they recently sold an Ovechkin.
Could you imagine getting that in the packet opening? You're like, holy fuck! I just got a signed LeBron. So did that come out when he was actually? Did that come out later? Or it actually came out his.
That came out his rookie year. Yeah.
Can you imagine? So when he got it, they're like, LeBron.
Oh no, they were going crazy when they got it back then too. He was.
I mean, LeBron's always been a badass.
Yeah,
He started off big.
Let me see here. I think that they actually sold. I love this Manny Pacquiao card. So hard to get. Came in a Japanese boxing magazine. You had to hand cut it. Of course, there's a Shohei. I pulled one of these Shoheis right here in a box that I owned, but I put that box up for breaking a group break and sold each pack for $20. And a guy pulled this card out of that box, and I had to send it to him. And it's probably a $40,000 to $50,000 card right now.
Hold on. I bet you that hurt.
But I sent it to him. Shout out Vinny Kumar, really good dude, one of the coolest collectors out there. But yeah, I mean, these are some of the crazy numbers they're getting for these cards. And like I said, yeah, there we go. Look at this. This is the same card that I pulled, but this is the 1/1. I pulled a 1 of 25, I believe. The 1/1 sold in 2018 for $184,000. That was when he was not playing very well. And now it's got to be I couldn't even imagine how much it would sell for now. A 1/1 of that card. All right, where's the Ovechkin? I think that they sold an Ovechkin recently. I'm gonna find out. There's the Muhammad Ali they sold. Here's so this is what I'm sending him. I'm sending him a PSA 8, not a refractor. This is a refractor. Here's the Ovechkin. There you go. So they sold a 10 Ovechkin back in, and he said current bid 8,000. Does it say how much it sold for? Doesn't say. Let's see here. Golden. Let me see if I can look it up.
I imagine if I bought something like that, that part in Ted where Wahlberg is walking up the stairs and he's showing off all the, like Jimi Hendrix nut and all that. You know what I mean? That's the kind of shit you have that like on display, like in your in a glass case.
Well, this card was on display in a glass case in my front room, Kyle. You've seen it. You've walked past it 1,000 times. So they sold one back in a couple months ago. Let's see how much it sold for. So June 26. Oh, come on. Why aren't they telling me how much it sold for? It's pretty cheesy. Watch this lot. Anyways, I think it sold for like 23,000 or 24,000 or something like that. Yeah. So crossing my fingers now with all the Ovechkin talk that I can get, around 20,000. That's what I'm hoping and praying. Anything over $200 is golden to me because that's how much I paid for it. So.
How'd you get it so cheap?
I bought it 4 years ago when cards really didn't blow up yet, especially hockey cards. I paid $600 I bought the Crosby and the Ovechkin within 2 months of each other. I paid $600 for the Crosby and $200 for the Ovechkin. The Ovechkin's a 10, the Crosby's a 9. And Crosby was always considered, the better of the two, even though they're great. But over the last couple of years, because Ovechkin hasn't, Crosby's been injured all the time and all this, and Ovechkin finally won his cup. When Ovechkin finally won his cup, that shot that card through the roof, So are they going to add smoke-free environmental listing? Thank God I don't smoke in the house. Yeah, that is one thing I do not do.
Nate says Cryberry Crosby.
Crybaby Crosby. Yep. He was a crybaby for a long time when he was young in his career. Big time crybaby. But I think he's gotten over that. I really do. All right, let's see if I can
Brian's gonna be able to retire for a year.
It would be nice, dude. It would be nice. It would be really nice.
Let's see. What do we have now? Well, Ish is gone, but I think we should talk about IDW's leaving Diamond and Simon with Penguin.
Yeah, that's interesting. Another one bites the dust for Diamond.
So, I mean, what's that? I mean, it'd be nice to see that there he is. He's back. So,
I actually went to grab the mail. I forgot I got some stuff from Topps today.
Tops,
We were talking about
nice.
Cards.
Nice.
So maybe we can check out what I got. Oh, I got the Star Wars Living set.
Oh yeah, the living.
Bib Fortuna and Boba Fett.
Nice.
So these are on Topps.com, and you only have a week to order them, and they only print as many as are ordered.
Yep.
And in a couple weeks, you can actually see the print runs. And
Yeah, I think
to
I got.
you.
I think I got a bunch of the Sabines and the Baby Yodas. Nice.
Becky Lynch.
Uh-huh.
And then they had another second envelope.
I got the Vladdy Living collection, I think. I wish I would have got some more.
Oh, this is also a wrestling card. This is from SummerSlam. Just a couple weeks ago, Becky Lynch wins the women's title.
Nice. Very cool.
Bianca Belair.
that's pretty quick.
It's not
Yeah.
a refractor. I don't know what these are called, but there is like a refraction to it.
Nice.
Like a slight hologram effect to it. So they're kind of cool. It came in its own separate case.
That is cool.
So yeah, and this is from August 21st. So these are very limited prints.
Yeah. That's cool, man.
It's my camera from 1993. It's actually a pretty new.
Have a good night,
laptop
made to
and my
last.
camera.
The IDW stuff is very interesting. IDW bounces from Diamond.
Another domino falls. Yep.
Yeah. And for Random House Penguin, which is very interesting. Man, I don't know how much more Diamond's gonna be able to take. Like, I don't see them being around much longer. I hate to say it.
No, they're on a limited run right now.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
But I mean, what does this really do for Diamond now that they're leaving? I mean, this is like,
Well, Diamond will have to purchase from Penguin also,
Yes.
and then resell to retailers.
Why would they do that?
it doesn't make
That's
sense.
what they're doing with Marvel right now. So if you're ordering Marvel from Diamond, they're ordering it from Penguin Random House.
That just so silly.
There's too many hands in the pot now.
Yep.
You know, there's so much at play here. You know, obviously pricing, discounts, shipping costs. All these companies are, you know, they're trying to be competitive. And then there's big things like how user friendly. Do you want to spend, you know, let's say, I'm not going to talk crap about any company, but let's say on one of them, placing an initial order takes 2 hours more than it normally does. And it's already a very exhaustive process. We spend about 2 to 2.5 days per week just to place the initial order through the various portals. I mean, it's like the fucking Diamond initial order is like, I can't tell you how many pages, like 300 pages of items. And some of it is just so random, all the statues, all the manga, but you have to go through it because you don't want to miss something that's, you know, that you're going to order. And so now to add a new one, and if this is more exhaustive than the other, is your time worth the money? That's also a factor.
Yeah. That's a great point because I hear a lot of people talking about that. That was one of the things I remember Kyle talking about, you know, how it's a pain in the ass having to order from 3 different sites, you know.
I mean, the only shoes left to drop now are like Dark Horse, Image is a big one, Boom Studios. You know, what are they going to do next?
Yeah, Boom. I could see. I mean, Boom. Man, I'm surprised.
Yeah, but everybody drops and goes to Penguin. We're going to be in the same boat as we were with Diamond all these years.
Then kind of Penguin becomes the distributor. And there's still, don't forget though, DC is now Lunar Distribution basically has a monopoly on DC Comics. You can only order it through them. The word is, come next year, they will also be doing Marvel. So it's yet another option, yet another wrinkle in the whole thing. You know, I guess I'll tell you a little behind the scenes for our shop. You know, we're very happy with Lunar and the way the DC books come. We don't have to deal with damages or shortages. If it's late, it's because of, I'm sorry to say, it's because of FedEx, not because of Lunar. So we've had a really great experience with them so far. So it's like, okay, now if they're doing Marvel too, maybe I want to do it through them now. And that's, you know, for us, that would be a big decision to make. But, you know, that's the great thing about competition. It gives you options, and you could assess your options and pick what you think is best for you.
Yeah, here's another thing that the discounts have kind of gone away. Is that the case, Ish?
You know, the profit margin on new releases is horrible. It's pathetic. So now it's just that much more, a little bit more pathetic. You know what I mean? It's not like oh, we're winning and now we're losing. So yeah, the discounts do go down, but then again, if it's worth it, you know, for your time, then you take the hit.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of it comes down to now the quality of comic books. Like, you know, with lower profit margins, you have to sell way more just to make money to pay your bills. To sell that amount of comics, people have to be interested. They want to read the stories. They want to be excited. So, you know, a lot of negativity around new comics these days. You know, a lot of people, I hate DC, I hate Marvel, everything's crap, everything's shit. And then now with lower discounts, it's a tougher landscape to navigate, but hey, it's there. I don't think comics are going away or anything like that. We're just going through a transition right now.
Yeah. Well, I want, before we call it a night, I want to show some love to some of the friends of the family over here, and that includes some of our just great retailer friends. Hive Comics. Make sure you guys go check out Hive Comics, Hive-Comics. Show them some love. They've got some amazing stuff that is coming out here in the next.
They got a couple covers coming out that I'm pretty stoked for.
Yeah, man. A lot of I think they have this Niobe and Dura one was just really beautiful. I love the whole Niobe story. Of course, you know. James over at Strange Comics is just Sebastian. I mean, over at Strange Comics is just a really cool dude that's doing cool stuff over there, and I support the hell out of Sebastian and what he does. So, anyways, check out Hive Comics. I
think there was they
have a cover that is just starting recently. He sent me shout out to James. He sent me one of those super sick Tool covers. This right here, he sent me one of these, which is really cool. I don't know why it's not going to it, but anyways,
it's probably the remnants of the hack.
Yeah, remnants of the hack. Yeah. I'm getting more calls about the hack as we speak. So make sure you guys go check out Hive Comics. Of course, also our friends Wanted Comics. Make sure to go show them some love.
Marco still needs to send me their cover.
This is the Primordial issue that just recently came out. J.G. Jones cover. You can find that over at Wanted Comics. He also just put out the trade paperback for HaHa, which has the amazing HaHa John Gallagher cover on it. You can get the trade paperback over there. Here you guys go. It's the only place you can get it. The trade paperback of HaHa with the John Gallagher clown cover, which is absolutely stunning. Thanks.
Heroes Reborn.
Yeah, much love to you, man. And then, of course, we also show some love to Bird City Comics. This. Bird City Comics, they're Stray Dogs, Baltimore Comic Con exclusive. Cool stuff. Shout out to R.L. Stein and Goosebumps. And Bird City Comics is going to be in Baltimore with us, so show them some love if you're going to be in Baltimore. And of course, other places like Wonder World Comics, Jesse James Comics, of course, Fantastic Worlds Comics. Make sure you guys go, if you're in Arizona and at any time, make sure to go stop by, say what's up to Ish and the crew and Bill at Fantastic Worlds, also Jesse James Comics, Kevin over at what's his new shop called, Kyle?
Collector's Choice Comics.
Collector's Choice Comics. And anybody else who is part of this amazing...
Comics, I think they're moving in a couple weeks to University and Price.
There we go.
Run by Todd. Todd's a great guy. Go check out Monster Comics when they move. I'm sure they'll have a great sale when they open.
Hell yeah. And of course, look for me tomorrow for Star Wars Sunday on the Tales from the Flipside Whatnot account. That starts at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. Lots of crazy stuff. Leading into Tales from the Dark Side, of course, the amazing Star Wars show by J.J. Maxwell, Jedi Johnson, Solo Wookiee, Marco, Peter Renna, and crew.
Yeah, his name's not Marco anymore. His name is
Marco P.I. Oh, food poisoning? Okay,
food poisoning.
So, and of course, thank you for everybody
Marco FP.
Yeah, thank you for everybody that hung out with us tonight. Make sure to show some love. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button if you are not subscribed, and we appreciate the hell out of you. Other than that, we'll see you guys next time. Adios.
Long